Good evening, everybody. We're back at Chumba's Ravine Fight Club for another weekly live chat. I am your host, Shinjiro, and of course, we have Kelly Drifter here with us.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing this evening? Life good?
It's pretty good.
Pretty
I
good?
mean, opening day, so obviously we didn't even plan this way, so completely amazing timing on our part.
Yep. We had assumed the game would be over by now. It's
Mhm.
still going. So we'll what's the score right now? It is 8-2 Diamondbacks over the D-Bags. We are in the bottom of the eighth. What just happened? Someone just took a walk. Sorry, we're a little distracted right now trying to watch the game. But happy opening day, everybody. I will say once again, I think opening day should be a national holiday. And I do have some thoughts about our opening night, quote unquote, that happened yesterday. We'll talk about that
Woo.
later on in the cast here. Let's see. So I got Mookie at bat now. Also, that was called Tucker who took a walk. I think. Wait, is he in from Bookie? Yeah, we'll get to that point. We'll get to that part in the lineup. Oh, Mookie just got plunked. No, how dare you?
Sons of bitches.
Don't hurt Mookie. How dare you can't hurt him. This pitcher looks like he's
Half
12.
man.
What the hell?
Half half boy.
Right? Well, let's get rolling. We're gonna do our best to do this while being distracted by a game that's going on at the same time.
Yeah.
But this will be a thing for the season because we do these Thursday nights at 8. And most games the Dodgers start at 7. So we're probably gonna do a lot of these where we'll have games on uh, during the chat. We'll update it. We'll try our best not to do like the
Get too
cat thing, like,
distracted.
oh, shiny. We just go
Yeah.
silent as we're watching Dino.
Oh, oh.
Someone bring out the laser pointer. Oh, wait, here, let me do it in PowerPoint. Look, don't pay attention to the laser pointer. Don't look, Kelly. No. Is it over here? Is it over there?
I'm attacking my screen. I'm
Yes.
attacking my screen.
This is the quality content that people come to watch. So let's kick off. Opening week, opening day. Some Dodger information that happened before the game. They released their hype video, where the theme was bad guys, and they played bad guys Billie Eilish, who is famously a Dodger fan. Maybe not infamously. She's been in a couple games. I was at one of the games and they showed her in the stands, so that was kind of interesting. She's kind of famous for a couple other things right now we won't get into because we're not that kind of show. But yeah, it's they're leaning into the narrative. At least the social media team is. But it kind of fits what happened last year towards the end of the season with Doc saying, let's oh, and Freddie, oh, he doesn't get like it out.
No.
Innings over, so still 8-2 Dodgers. Where Doc famously said, "Let's win 4 more games and really ruin baseball." And
Yep.
then Friedman in a couple interviews mentioned that, like, baseball needs a bad guy, baseball needs a villain. If that's us, then that's fine. He says, "I'm not gonna try
Yep.
to stop winning," right?
Yeah.
So
Unapologetically so. Love it.
yeah, they're just leaning into it, which is kind of funnier to me than like the Yankees of yesteryear that we're familiar with. That was we grew up in that Yankees mega dynasty era, right? And they didn't lean into the evil empire thing. They kind of just like, oh, we're just a bunch of great players. We love each other. They did the whole kumbaya thing, or they're like, we're consummate professionals. They try to be demonstrative or anything, which kind of
Yeah.
made people not like them even more, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they just seemed like they were never having fun. They're way too serious, which isn't entirely true. They did have fun, but that was
Mhm.
a perception of them. So I get it. So they're
It was
trying
very
to
it was Yeah, it was very much the Yankee
the Yankee way.
philosophy, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
of old, not yeah, ever since they let the beards in.
yeah. Ever since they brought Verdugo in, things have changed. Now you got
Yeah,
him, and well, you had him, Jazz Chisholm.
yeah.
Aaron Judge is actually kind of fun to follow on social media. He's not like super talkative or funny, but he's not like a Mike Trout level boring either.
Yeah. Okay, so right now, okay? So right now they're putting in Tanner Scott. What are the chances we see Edwin Diaz after like 2 batters?
I don't think so. But we did see Blake Trinan come in today, and I was like, okay, which year Blake Trinan is this?
Yeah. Is this is this Lake Shannon with both lungs or
Yeah, right. He looked okay. He looked okay. So
or like the last?
we'll
Yeah.
remain cautiously optimistic on Black Q. Whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce his nickname on Reddit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's move on. So, fun thing with this broadcast is it's a national
Podcast. Hmm.
broadcast, which most of the time we kind of bemoan, right? We're like, oh great.
Yeah.
And of course they want to do Dodge opening day, right? But MLB signed a
Yeah.
contract with NBC, so NBC, Sunday, I guess technically it's gonna be Sunday Night Baseball. It's gonna be back on NBC.
Hmm.
That's the broadcast I've been watching, and I've been pretty happy with it. They're not trying to be too fancy with it. I do like what they
Okay.
did with the broadcasters, where they have their um, in-house guy, who is Benetti, right? Who's been with? I think he with the Tigers before? I forget. Um,
Okay.
and they have two play-by-play guys. Oh, he's the play-by-play guy, and they have two color commentators, and they're picking one from each team. So you have Luis Gonzalez from the Diamondbacks and
Yeah.
Hershiser from the Dodgers. So the game started off really cool actually with the three of them kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
Gonzalez talking about his team. Really giving a lot more insight into the Diamondbacks and some of their players than you would normally hear from like any Dodgers broadcast, right? And then Oral was Oral. He's a Dodger homer.
Yeah.
Um, they did a pretty good job keeping it balanced. But then, kind of as the game's gone on, Gonzo's not really kind of interjecting as much as he was in the beginning. He's kind of getting
Okay.
overshadowed by Earl a lot, which is unfortunate. I mean, as a Dodger fan, of course, I wanted this to be a pro Dodger broadcast, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
as a baseball fan, I like hearing the other team's broadcasters, and I'm one of those guys who will listen to another team's broadcast occasionally just to
Okay.
hear, because you get more info. They
Yeah.
talk about things because we don't watch that team every day like they do. Just
Hmm.
like we can't expect people to know everything we know about the Dodgers because we watch them every day.
Right.
So that's been interesting. I like that methodology. I like it better than what the other network did yesterday. We'll talk about that later in the chat. We have a bunch of slides for that. What ESPN did with their three guys. Back, granted, in the past, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball was great when it was like John Kruk and the usual suspects, right?
Yeah.
They kind of went off the rails with that. Apple TV also has not been great with it. They've gotten better, um, but you could tell they don't know anything about baseball based on personalities. They kind of just picked whoever they. Well, this guy looks fun.
Hmm.
And same for the other broadcasts. So kudos to NBC. It's looking pretty good so far. I didn't watch the other broadcast. I heard it wasn't as good as this one has been, but I
Okay.
still stand by liking the idea of having color guys from each team. You know,
Yeah.
it's it's tough because those guys have probably never worked together before. Like I'm pretty sure Gonzo and Oral have never been on a broadcast together.
Hmm.
But at the same time, um, you get their points of view of guys who watch their teams all the time.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting. Now, the reason I have this picture of Kershaw up is it was also announced that Kershaw was going to be a commentator for the game. And initially, I thought it was just pregame, and he was there on pregame. You talked to him. He was there during the whole um, kind of opening ceremony, if you want to call it that.
Hmm.
Tanner Scott goes 1, 2, 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Um, but no, actually, he's been there the whole game. He's actually parked next to the Dodger dugout, like where like Tommy used to sit,
Hmm.
and they keep cutting to him for questions, or he brings stuff in. Oh, and actually, he closed it out.
Oh,
I think.
very nice.
Oh, they just went final 8-2 Dodgers. Tanner Scott closed it out.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, is Tanner Scott coming back? Um,
A split.
yeah, but yeah, he's been pretty good. You could tell he's kind of new at commentating. Like as long as the questions are Dodgers centric, he has a lot to say.
Yeah.
It is interesting. He's doing remember when Tony Romo first became a commentator for football? They started calling him Romo Damas because he was like accurately predicting every play.
Hmm.
Kershaw's doing the same thing with every pitch from Yamamoto.
Oh, really?
He's like, he's coming slider here. Oh, he's going up fastball up here, and that's exactly what they call it. Again, it's his catcher and a guy he played alongside for 2 years. You
Hmm.
know, but he also did a pretty good job at predicting Zach Gallen's calls or pitches. So it's interesting to have him in there. I might be wrong in saying this, but at least for me, generally, I do believe, with the exception of John Smoltz, pitchers do tend to make the best color commentators for baseball. I don't know what you
Well,
think,
yeah. I mean,
Caleb.
it's the same thing as like quarterbacks, right?
Yeah,
Like they typically know the offense the best.
yeah,
I
and they
mean,
know how
if
to
you
read
want to get have
defenses
a
really well too, right?
yeah, yeah. The only bad thing with like if you want to have the defensive perspective is that there's a lot of defensive coaches, so they're the ones that typically
Yeah,
get the jobs, and not like the defensive backs or the safeties or
yeah,
the middle linebackers, whoever the mic is on that team. Like
hmm
we don't see like what's his face from Baltimore as a commentary. Well, any of the defensive guys from Baltimore from their
really,
2000s
yeah,
team, or Michael Strahan. I mean,
yeah.
obviously he's doing the news, but
Well, the one that was
um,
interesting, throwing it back to my team,
mhm,
is if you can see follow him on social media, is Ryan Clark. Now, Ryan Clark was not a defensive captain or anything, but
yeah,
his commentary and his comments during games outside of his talking head ESPN gig is pretty good because he does talk a lot more about secondary and what how they read it, how they try to move, when they get blown up or beat, why does that happen, you know? And that's interesting to see because quarterbacks tell you, oh, this is why the receiver beat the defender, which may or may not be true, right? But a
mhm,
DB can definitely tell you from experience this is why he got beat here.
yeah, oh
Either
yeah,
either it's a bad read or that's not how the play was called. The play was drawn up to do this, and the receiver just called the right play. The receiver was not where he was supposed to be, kind of thing, right? So
hmm
that's interesting to see. Anyways, let's go on to the lineup today because there was some questions about what the lineup was going to look like with Kyle Tucker being there. So today's lineup, again, just today's lineup. We don't know if this is the the methodology moving forward,
okay,
but it is Otani, Tucker, Betson, Freeman, and then Smith, which is ridiculous. First five. Let's be honest.
yes,
That's nasty. You know. They did give Rojas a start today, batting ninth, in honor of him. This essentially being his last year. So I don't think he's ever actually played an opening day for the Dodgers. So they decided to give him the nod, which I thought was a cool gesture.
very cool,
Yeah,
very cool, Dave, very cool.
I mean, let's be honest. With that lineup, you could afford to do
Also true.
that.
Yeah, just throw anybody then. If they're serviceable, just throw them
I think he
in.
did have a hit today, though. So it's like he was a black hole there. So we'll go back. This is the score. I took this screenshot right before we started. It was still the eighth inning. The game is now final. The score is the same. So 8-2 Dodgers or Diamondbacks to start the season. We'd love to see that. One win down, however many more to go. We don't know. We've seen teams win the division with 80 wins and 100 wins. Either way, right?
Yep.
Just make the playoffs. That's all that matters. So,
So, oh, that's not bad.
but
So, what's it called? Miguel Rojas adding 250 or averages 250, 1 for 4.
yeah.
Freddie, uh, sorry, no, yeah, Freddie had was 0 4.
hmm
So, Will Smith though in Max Muncy batting 500.
Freddie got a hold of one, and I wouldn't say he got robbed. It was like right at the top of the bullpen gate, and it got caught by, I think it was Kettle Marte. That thing looked like it was gone, and it just kind of died, at the Demarine layer.
Oh yeah, it's coming back. These
Yeah, these
early-ish
non-hot
games.
games. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, everyone
and
was getting hard contact. Zach Gallen was actually pitching really well to start, and then as we've seen with Zach Gallen the last couple of years, once he starts getting knocked around a little bit, people get on base. He starts to, I don't know if you call it panic, or maybe he starts to not be as aggressive, and they just pile up
mhm.
runs. That's where you see him put the four spot there on him.
uh, okay. Poor Zach. He got the well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Interesting too to find out and relearn because I guess I'd heard this last
Mhm.
year or during the off season, but I completely forgot about it until now. that the Diamondbacks don't have a single left-handed pitcher in their bullpen.
That's crazy. Didn't
Yeah,
wasn't that the Dodgers one year, or like,
it was similar, I think. Yeah.
or was it like
Um,
batter? I think there was one year where like we had no left-handed batters or
or
something
we had
like
like
that.
one or something. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's something crazy.
Yeah. But it'll be an interesting experiment for the Diamondbacks this year to see if that bullpen works out. Now their bullpen ERA last year was like over 4, so the odds are not good. But even though they're all righties, they do have, I think what they said, like 3 pitchers actually have pretty noticeable reverse splits. So you have a
Okay.
righty who essentially pitches like a lefty
Hmm.
against that handed batter, right? So maybe that works for them. Who knows? It's too early to say. It is an interesting way to build a roster. I'm not going to say it's bad. We don't know until they do it. It could work for them. We'll have to wait and see. But as someone who formerly pitched, not at a high level, but I pitched, I will say that I do give a lot of weight to changing the eye level of batters. When your bullpen comes at them at a batter with different looks, either arm
Okay.
angle, handedness, whatever, it
Hmm.
does kind of give a little more uneasiness to the batter. They're not
Okay. And
comfortable.
how many are like? I guess that would be the interesting thing to see, right? Is like, are they all three quarters pitchers, or do they
I
have it over
do.
the
I do
top?
notice they
Maybe a
do have a submariner
submariner.
on there. They do have
Hmm.
one. He did come into the game. But most of what I saw, including Zach Gallen, yeah, 3/4 guys. One guy was over the top a little bit, but
Okay.
you know, the handedness. I mean, the look will be a little different, but they're still coming off the right side every time.
Yeah.
So as a lefty, you feel really comfortable because it's hard for them. They can't jam you inside. You're going to see it coming.
Yeah.
Now for righties, that's
Would
a little
be.
tougher.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely what the deuce moment.
Right. So let's see.
But I wish there were more sidearm throwers. Like that'd be cool to see. Like just a platoon of guys, only right-handed pitchers that are, but every angle is different.
Now, the Dodgers did something similar once before during the Coletta era. Not necessarily all lefty or righties, but they constructed a bullpen that was all guys who threw differently,
Hmm.
and it kind of worked for them that year. And that was their, and that was I think during Mattingly, and that was how he picked his bullpen too. It's like okay, he's only been seeing a 3/4 release from the starter all day, so let me go to a sidearm guy, and then let me follow him up with an over the top guy. You know,
Yeah.
so they can't really get a read, especially if it's the batter see to keep that batter from seeing the guy a second time also.
Hmm.
So the idea was try to keep it in their head that okay, well, my visual acuity is trained to see the ball release here, and then
Hmm.
some dude comes outside arm on you. You know.
Yeah.
so so this slide here, this is the official 25-man roster that they announced. There's some interesting things in here, like Santiago Espinal being in there. Good for him. But that's
Mhm.
also because Kiki's hurt right now. That's why he's on the roster.
Ah, okay.
And then, Alex Call's on there, who I keep forgetting is on the team. Not that he's a
Around
bad
so
a bad
player or
player, it's just
anything.
that,
Yeah.
he was such a I wouldn't say off the radar because he's actually a good player, but it was not
Hmm.
a blockbuster midseason acquisition for them, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why he kind of vanishes into the ether.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like nice when he comes off the bench and we see him play.
Yeah. Well, he takes really long
But
at bats, which is nice too.
he's yeah. So that's the plus side of having him on the
Yeah.
bench. The downside is he hardly ever call hardly ever gets the call.
Yeah.
But
Pitcher
we'll see. Season
wise,
just started.
yeah. Pitcher wise, nothing too unexpected.
Hmm.
A lot of people wanted Roki off the squad based on spring training, and I understand the sentiment, right? But I'm going to rely on Doc and the staff that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think like it's the same thing that everybody falls back on like every year, and it's like guys are like they just won back to back championships. Why do you still not trust
Yeah,
trust the
what their
process, guys?
decisions, right? Yeah. Like if you're gonna trust someone at this point, it's gonna be Doc and his staff, right?
Yeah,
And Friedman and those guys. So
you gotta.
I get that it's the optics are bad because you have Roki out there getting blown up, right?
Hmm.
And you're like, well, why don't we bring in, all these other guys that we have, River Ryan, etc., sitting in the minor leagues. And it's like, well, I mean, they've been doing pretty good in the minor leagues, but they're still minor league pitchers, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Roki has the potential. He's working on a third pitch is where he's been getting in trouble. But honestly, the thing that I kind of see in him from his last spring training starts, and actually the last couple, reminds me of Maeda, where he kind of needs to get into that groove and get aggressive, but it takes him an inning or two sometimes.
Mm. Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, we have a whole season for him to work it out.
Yeah.
It's a de facto 6-man rotation. It technically isn't one right now because there's enough off days where they only need a 5-man rotation, and everyone will still get that once a week kind of that or 5 days rest no matter what, or
That's
6 days
cool.
rest until I think it's like mid-May. I think is when they start having weeks without off days, and
Mm.
so that's when you'll probably see them jump to a 6-man rotation. So we'll probably see a reliever get sent down and an extra starter being thrown in, or maybe Casparis makes a start, right?
Hmm.
I am happy though to see Will Klein on the roster.
Yeah. He pitched today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did stay because I mean, after he was the hero in the World Series, we kind of didn't see much of him after that. So I was like, was a
Yeah.
one-hit wonder. But I hope he's got a crazy story of how much he's bounced around the league and the troubles that brings to a young pitcher. So I hope he sticks around and I hope he does well.
Yeah.
I want all our guys to
Same.
do well,
Same.
though.
Hmm.
So let's go on to let's talk about this week's video because it's actually interesting because we're going to interrupt baseball talk with non-baseball. Since this is your product, I'll let you
Yes.
talk about this.
Yeah. So we opened a very special bundle this week. It's called the Final Fantasy Chocobo bundle, as you can see on screen. Basically, what they did was if you guys haven't seen it, there's like I think it's like 3 or 4 cards in this specific bundle that appear to have had a Chocobo walked on it. So
Oh,
it's got
that's right. It has little footprints on it,
gold little foil, yeah,
right?
gold little foil footprints on it.
Yeah.
And it's very much Chocobo centric. There was hardly any other creatures in it, I think, other than the cards that it had featured heavily with Chocobo. So
Yeah, there were still Final Fantasy cards,
yeah,
but there was chocobos in them somewhere.
yeah, which is really cool. I don't know if you saw this, but uh, there is one person that has the complete rainbow of all the chocobos, including the
Nice.
one of one gold, and
Oh,
so
really?
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. So he has it framed, and it's perhaps one day soon to be friend of the stream, Steve Aoki. Yes, the
Oh,
DJ.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at his Instagram the other day, and
That's super cool.
he's like, we got all the chocobos. I was like, what?
Now,
So
I did
yeah,
forgot to
it
check.
looks amazing.
Is there more than one variant of the Fat Chocobo card?
I don't I don't think so. I
Because I
think
don't
it's
remember
just
there
the
being
fat
more than one
chocolate,
color,
and then
just a normal Fat Chocobo, right? Yeah. It'd be
yeah,
cool
it's
if it
just the
was there.
normal fat chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be cool
but
if it
they
was
do
there.
have like a full art, I think, of it.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so I think there's like 3 variations of the card, but it's not.
Mm.
There's no black fat chocobo or blue
Oh.
fat chocobo or anything like that. So unfortunately, our chunky boy doesn't
Yeah.
get all the. He does get loved, but he doesn't
Yeah.
get all the love.
Now we just need to wait for like a Final Fantasy 14 centric set which has Fat Cat in it.
That would be kind of cool, and a fat cat bundle too. That would be awesome.
Actually, No, Fat Cat doesn't really appear that much outside of I think 11 and 14, which are the MMO ones. But it would be cool to see like some other creatures. Like let's do like a Cactar set or a Tonberry set. I think. Well, the Tonberry set instead of footprints would it have like stab marks?
Maybe
And then the Cactar set would have like holes in it.
little, little triangles or something,
Yeah,
or
little needles.
needles.
Yeah, little indentations. Hey, this card's damaged. No,
Yeah.
no, that's on purpose.
Oh my god, can you imagine grading that?
Oh god, right? Sorry, the
Tag would be
surface is
like
imperfect. No, no, it's supposed to do
number one, right? One
That's
graded a
on
one.
purpose. I swear to God. But it came with the counter too, which is kind of neat, right?
Hmm. Oh yeah. So it was so these bundles specifically come with a deck box. So that was also Chocobo themed. Had a counter. It had, I think it had dice in it as well.
Oh, I have to
Um,
remember now. Yeah, I think I think you're right. I think it did.
a couple markers, I think, and then the packs that we opened on the video. But you guys can see it on the video. It wasn't an extremely long video. It was just the one box. We did get this at Frank and Son. So shout out to Frank and Son
Hmm.
for supplying us with some
Well,
cool product to
the specific
open.
vendor, not
Well,
not the
we
Frankenstein
yeah
themselves.
we
Yeah,
and we paid for it, so
yeah,
it wasn't provided. More like thank you for having it, because it was difficult to find these at not scalper prices. I'm looking at you,
yeah.
GameStop.
Oh god, yeah. A reminder that this channel is still sponsored by us and our jobs.
Yes. Our wallets
Yeah, exactly.
held deep in our pockets.
But yeah, I mean, check out the videos, guys. I thought it was really fun. I'm kind of jealous I didn't buy a box. I could have because there was more than one. Um, but I think I had bought a bunch of other stuff instead. Oh, I bought some of the other stuff in our videos, like the Macross Delta, Weiss,
Yeah,
and the Yes Year cars. I had a bunch of I went crazy at Frankenstein that trip. But we got like 10 videos out of it, so it's fine. And a lot of cool
yeah,
cards.
yeah. I mean, that's one of the cool things about Frankenstein is that you can go and you can. I think this was like $150 that I spent on
Yeah,
this one.
I think it was. Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
sounds right.
nothing like super duper expensive. I mean, the Disney cards that I open on Tuesdays are that those hobby
Those boxes, right?
boxes were
Yeah.
$150. Yeah. Um,
That's MSRP.
but
Like secondary market, who
yeah,
knows how much those are?
exactly. And but your packs were like all like dollar, like a lot of them were dollar packs. Well,
Well, the yes years were like
the
$15 a pack.
yeah, well,
But yeah,
but those are like almost a guaranteed hit.
yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance of an auto, and we did get
Yeah,
1 in 4. But yeah, like the junk wax I bought was like between $1 and $2 a pack. Um, what else did we pick up? The Weiss was really cheap. It was like $20. For those two boosters, right? $20 each or 25. And yeah, I mean, it was a nice random mix. I mean, Frankenstein's just essentially a permanent collector's swap meet. So
yeah,
there's a little bit of everything. Like if we were like a Pokemon card show, we'd go crazy in there because there was like a lot of Pokemon booths
oh yeah,
with I'm sure a lot of cool stuff. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I just know there was a lot of it.
yeah. They always have good stuff there. Like there's a lot of good vendors that are up at Frankenstein. I mean, Pokemon really is one of the biggest, like,
No, biggest things
I
period,
guess,
right? Like
yeah,
not just in
in the
cards.
industry.
I think as a collectible, it's one of the top right now.
Yeah, even a lot of other kind of swap meet type vendors like that
Hmm.
that exist with throughout Southern California are mainly TCG, but mainly Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, even the LSCs, LCSs are like that, right? Like
Yeah.
you go to any card shop, like famously for us, we look for ones listed on Bushi Road's website, right? And we
Hmm.
check it out, and it's like 99% Pokemon or
Yeah.
Magic, you know.
Yeah, they're
So,
like, "Oh, we only host games here. We don't actually sell product." And it's like, "What?
or like the
Who
one job
sells this
they,
product?"
they used to they tried to sell it, but it wasn't that popular. So they're still listed as a vendor, but they don't carry the new stuff, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So
So support your favorite products, people. Like they really do look at the sales numbers to see what you know,
yeah, like buying online
and
is yeah,
it's understandable that you want to buy online because it'll be easier, especially if you don't have anybody to buy from,
yeah,
essentially close to you. And especially with Weiss, it's difficult because they don't have like they have the popular shows, but they don't have the maybe the currently most popular shows, which is something that we're seeing with the re-release of the Uma Musume
yeah.
set that are coming out
In
soon,
June is the
I
first
think.
release. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean that's a Weiss thing too. I mean because
Yeah,
Weiss is unlike other card games, they don't print a fixed amount. They print based on how many orders they get,
yeah.
which is an
So
interesting methodology to go by because some sets become very rare,
yeah,
and some sets get printed to the moon.
yeah. True. Freeland, we're looking at you.
Hmm.
I think I've seen that one. Like I I want to say that it's only their second reprint or maybe the third reprint.
Ah,
I'm not sure, but I'm sure that they have different sets. Like I think Konosuba was also one of those sets that was like
oh, yeah, I think
ridiculous,
so.
but it's because they have the meme card in it,
Yeah.
so it was just hilarious. But yeah, support support the local LCS, support TCGs, even if uh even if you have to you know
Yeah.
learn them, learn the rules for them. They're pretty fun.
I've always told people to
Uh
support LCSs, but also be not cautious, but be smart about it. There are some LCSs that are sketchy as hell. We've seen them, right?
oh yeah,
And there's infamously for baseball cards and football cards. There are LCSs that literally just clean out Target and put it back in their shop for markup. You know,
yeah,
part of that's Topps' fault. Topps is not good, easy to work with. You don't get much discount as a retailer for Topps. But anyone, most of the LCSs or owners that I've heard from or spoken to tell you that yeah, most of their money is actually not made on cards; it's made on supplies. And unrelated but similar, when I was still doing a lot of aquarium stuff, it's the same way for aquariums. Like they don't really make that much money on the fish; they make all the money on the equipment and the food. So
oh
find the shop you like,
that yeah, I can see
support it because the more the LCSs thrive, the more variety we'll get, and the easier access we have to stuff.
for sure,
Hmm.
for sure. So yeah, that way we don't have to rely on intermittent,
Yeah,
cards and special editions and stuff like that.
and people
So
scalping.
yeah,
All right, let's go on to our next hobby talk. Or I guess this is our first hobby
mhm,
talk because the other one's a video. You brought this
yeah,
up to me because we didn't really have anything releasing this week. I actually don't know much
yeah.
about these other than I know what FIFA is. I know what the World Cup is, but I did not know that collecting these stickers was a thing.
This yeah. So I don't know who else out there knows, but so every 4 years, Panini releases a sticker book. There is an actual album that you can go and get.
So do you have
And
to
you
peel the stickers off and stick them on the album, or they're like little card sleeves or little like 9 slot pages inside?
oh no, so it's the page does have a design, and it'll have like a place where the the player sticker would go.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so typically it like I don't know how they're gonna do it this year, but sometimes they'll have it like stars of the game or
Hmm. Hmm.
legends of the game, and then they'll have pages dedicated to each national team. And you try to collect all of them, and I mean it's been a big business for them. They've done it I think every World Cup at least for the last like maybe ugh, I'm not exactly sure. So,
Hmm.
but I know that the first time I heard of them was at least from, I want to say South Africa.
Oh.
So it's been a while since they've been doing it,
Hmm.
and I know that it was big business for them uh, when they started doing it, and then I think the other kind of like sort of set that they did as a sticker set has been the Olympics one. So we might
Oh,
see that one in 2 years
that's pretty cool.
for the LA game. So yeah,
Hmm.
but the designs are typical FIFA design.
Yeah,
They're
let's
pretty
have
cool.
one of them up here. Let me take a look at.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Christian Pulisic,
Yep.
Captain America.
Yep.
Uh,
The
so
new
yeah,
Landon
so you see
Donovan,
the
kind of, maybe.
yeah every captain for the American team gets just called Captain America.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, as you can see, it has the 26 logo behind him. This is obviously the gold, or like this is a gold version of his card. I don't know if there's going to be like a normal version,
Oh,
but
okay.
bigger players, tend to draw big money,
Hmm.
and depending on the rarity of the cards, or the stickers in this case, potentially you could, you know, uh, have something really nice in your possession,
Hmm.
and because a lot of people don't. I mean, maybe a lot of people outside of the soccer community within the U.S. don't know.
Hmm.
Um, so if you do, if you see these at like supermarkets, typically, uh, you'll see them at like Vallarta or El Super. I don't know if I've ever seen these at like Ralph's or, but they'll usually be like at the end of the counter, like
Oh, okay. Like the
where the
impulse buy
bagging
section.
section is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right next to where you buy gum. You know.
exactly.
That's cool.
So,
I've actually never
so
heard
yeah,
of these
definitely.
before. I mean, I'm not not the biggest soccer follower. I mostly follow
Hmm.
MLS, the Galaxy, right? That's
Yeah,
and I only got into it because it's the LA's team. You know,
yeah.
close your ears, everybody. That's right. I'm not a LAFC guy. I'm a
The
Galaxy
only.
guy. I think you are too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've followed them since
yeah.
inception. Man, like,
But yeah, I mean that's about my limit. So I mean, World Cup, I obviously just kind of watch because I like world sports. But and I know of the
mhm.
big players, like your Messi's and everything else of the world, right?
Yeah,
Mbappe, but I'm just not that deep into it. So I never knew about these stickers, but I think that's super cool that it's a sticker. Like that's so random,
yeah, yeah. Oh, just a quick thing too. They do have a special set that is only sold in Coca-Cola products. So that's a little tie-in in case anybody is planning to collect these.
Hmm.
There is a section in that album this year that is for
Oh,
that the cards. You can only get them in Coke products.
so is it like when you buy like a bottle of Coke, it's like stuck to the side, or is it like you have to buy like a 12 can pack and there's gonna be one there? Or...
Yeah, I was reading up a little bit on it. I think in like in the long boxes, I
Hmm.
guess like the 12 the little
Oh,
racks
okay. Hmm.
of product, they might have them in there. I think the bottles they're not going to put them on the actual bottles
Yeah,
because
because the temperature and they'll
it'll
probably get stolen.
yeah. So more than likely they'll do like a mail in for bottles
Oh,
and
okay.
possibly just have them in the 12 or 16 packs or
That's cool.
whatever cube
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
drinks you're gonna get. Yeah, and they're also in their zero product. So
Oh, okay.
anybody that likes Coke Zero, you'll be able to get them too.
Oh, cool.
All right, should we go back to some baseball since we're in sports
The baseball.
and baseball?
So we alluded to earlier how today was opening day, right? But
Hmm.
there was technically a game yesterday which they had coined opening night. And this is kind of in theme with what's been happening to football, right? We're
Hmm.
getting games on Friday. We're getting games on Saturday. We're getting all kinds of random football games now that are becoming streaming exclusives, and they did that yesterday too with Netflix. It was a little annoying. I mean, for me, I like certain traditions of baseball. Not like all traditions must live on forever and we can't get rid of them, right? But I liked how opening day was just like a solid day of baseball everyone plays, right?
Hmm.
which is why I always said opening day should be a national holiday because you can just spend the whole day watching baseball. It's pretty much nonstop. There's a game going on right now. It
Yeah.
started at like 9 o'clock in the morning for us. There's been games all day. Um, but to kind of carve one game out for a streaming service kind of goes against that idea, right?
Yeah.
So Yankees and Giants fans had their game carved out for the quote unquote opening night game, and they did not get to
Mhm.
watch the game on their local TV. You had to be a Netflix subscriber to watch it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And the Yankees are like the Dodgers; they also have their own network, they have the S network, and it was not on
Mhm.
that channel, so they couldn't watch opening night unless you had Netflix. Now, Dodgers opening game today was also not on their channel, but it was a national broadcast, so everyone was able to
Yeah.
watch for free on NBC.
On
You know,
PC. Hmm.
so I'm fine with that, right? You want to make a national game, make it open to everybody.
Hmm.
Or even like the ESPN games, I didn't mind because at least most people had access to ESPN either through cable or just watch it online, right?
Yeah.
Amazon games too, most people have access to Prime or can get it from someone. Um, it's kind of in the gray area for me. I still would rather not have Prime only games or Apple TV only games, right?
Yeah.
Um, because I mean, ideally, it's like as a Dodger fan or Yankee fan or anyone else who has their own RSN, you're
Hmm.
paying extra on your cable provider or you're paying for the streaming service so you could watch all your games, but to have like 12 games a year randomly on Apple TV, Netflix, whatever is frustrating
Yeah.
because you don't get to hear
Yeah.
your crew
Definitely.
that you like, and you have to, in this case, subscribe to a service just to watch one game. So it kind of sucks. I didn't like. I don't.
Yeah.
It kind of ruined opening day for me to have like, oh, we're gonna have one game the night before. Like, oh, this is dumb. It's kind of like they do like in football. Like, oh, we're gonna start with a Sunday night game only or whatever, right?
Hmm.
It's just frustrating to me, and it kind of. I mean, baseball's all about selling out, and that's kind of what they did. But what makes it so much worse, and we'll see in the next slide here, was I did not watch the game. Um, I just wasn't interested in it, right? Because I haven't watched the Dodger game and Angels game today. But
Yeah.
first of all, the scoreboard was horrendous. I mean, what the hell is even even is that, right?
Yeah.
But the guys who did watch it, it was a nonstop stream of complaints from my friends, the Yankees fans, and my friends who are Giants fans. Um, who were the commentators? It was like a bunch of like comedians and who else was it? It was really strange.
Barry Bond. I know Barry Bonds was like a commentator, and I forget who else.
I
And
think
I
it was
was
like one
like,
of the only baseball people on that broadcast, apparently,
yeah. I was like,
because they
what?
said they kept cutting away. They weren't really showing the game. These guys were talking not about baseball the whole time.
Yeah. I think you said that it was. They were talking about like Netflix shows or their Netflix shows,
Yeah,
or
essentially it
it
was
seemed
like
to
a
be like an ad,
yeah, it was like a
like a
3 hour long
2 hour ad or
commercial for
something. Yeah.
Netflix. You know, because for them they have a captive audience, right? All these people are tuning in
Yeah.
to watch the game. So while we're here, because Netflix doesn't have commercials, let's just bombard everybody with Netflix shit, right?
Mhm.
Which I mean, Netflix is going to do what Netflix does, right? That's how business
Yeah.
works. But from a fan perspective, we all thought the Apple TV games were bad, or the ESPN what became ESPN Sunday Night Baseball was bad. This has set the
Mhm.
new standard for bad, which is I
So
think why I enjoyed tonight's NBC broadcast so much because it was very much not this. you know,
very much a traditional broadcast, I think, is what you
and the response from fans
how we would
online,
call it.
except
Yeah.
for like I said, some of the Dodgers bias, which it's Dodger home games, I kind of get it. Um, most people seem to enjoy it. Having
Mhm.
commentators that weren't just talking heads; they're actually baseball people, right?
Mhm.
All of them are well regarded, well used, experienced broadcasters on their own right. Um, and the broadcast, like the cinematography, the filming, the direction of it
Yeah.
was very much a traditional baseball broadcast. Everything I've heard
That's
about
cool.
Netflix was that it was not. There's like weird angles. They would cut away the action, and
Mhm.
because it was like they're trying to. It feels from the way it was described to me, it's like okay, whoever the director was for that broadcast had never watched a baseball game in his life,
Ah, okay.
and he was like, "How can I make this more like maybe he
More
was a
exciting
maybe he
or
was like an X Games director or something for the way it sounded." weird drone shots and just all kinds of like it was just bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I would like to offer an alternative to games like that. So, I mean, if you I'm saying this in part because I don't have Spectrum,
Hmm.
right? So I don't ever get to see the games. I have to
You
I
could
have to
if you
pay
put on
for
the
it.
eye patch. I'm just saying.
It's true, but I don't want to pay $300 for like the year.
No,
Even
no,
though
no,
it's worth it.
no,
I
no.
will say
I said
it's pretty
I
worth it.
said putting on an eye patch. You know what that means? I'm not going to say it up front.
Yes, 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 yes. Sail the high seas. Yes, indeed. No, luckily, my phone provider, T-Mobile, gives usually has a deal with MLB TV to give
Yeah.
a free year of MLB TV services, so I don't actually have to pay for listening to it on the MLB app.
Hmm.
So shout out to T-Mobile on that one. But as a so if I really wanted to watch a game on TV, I would make plans probably to go out and you know find a restaurant or a pub or a
A
sports
bar.
bar,
Yeah.
anything that
Hmm.
has you know whatever service it is that's going to be that has the game on, and just go watch it there. Go be amongst the gente,
Hmm.
the populace, watching like everyone else. Having a good time, but you know sometimes in our busy schedules that's not completely possible. So I do see the what's it called? The I guess convenience of it being a national broadcast versus
Hmm.
specific app service broadcast like Netflix or Apple TV. Now, it was a very like we said, it was a very Netflix broadcast. But
Yeah.
I think the Apple one, like one of the first Apple ones, was a very Apple
Oh god, it was
one
horrendous.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we compare like Apple to Netflix, they're both kind of in like the cellar area
Yeah.
first, and we'll see who climbs up out of the primordial ooze, as if it were.
Well, the thing is,
And
I'm
hopefully
worried that
they
there's
become
no
better at it.
incentive for them to get better.
Oh, that's true. That is also true. Like if they don't see growth from subscribers, they're probably just gonna like
Well, I mean,
cut
they'll probably, they'll
cut the
probably
contract or
all these
whatever.
companies are trying to grow their sports catalog, right?
Hmm.
Because they all wanted a piece of the NFL, they couldn't get it because that's the biggest TV draw
Yeah.
period, right? So now they're chasing football, basketball. I mean, we see basketball on a bunch of different channels now, a bunch of different streaming services now, right?
Hmm.
So I feel like they're just gonna keep doing it to kind of grow that lineup of sports just so they could have it, right? And MLB is
Yeah.
more than willing to cut off 12 games, 20 games a year out of a
True.
thousand they have, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think the problem is that they're contracted to be allowed to have a certain amount of games.
Hmm.
Like you can have your own network, like Sportsnet LA and Yes and M- MS
NESN,
whatever the Boston one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, thank you. That one. um, but the league does have a right to a certain amount of those games.
Yeah.
So
I was
I
like, I thought you
think
were gonna
in the
say
next
like
TV,
MSNBC, and I was picturing Rachel Maddow calling a
yeah,
baseball game. It was pretty funny,
I would okay that I would actually pay to see.
right?
So angry. Why is she so angry?
Now Keith
But,
Olbermann did call baseball for those.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to be of certain age to remember that.
Hmm.
Actually, even to remember who Keith Olbermann even is at this point, because he's not doing much right now.
Yeah.
But didn't Wolf Blitzer also do baseball? I think he did, right?
I think
It's
so.
one of the other guys. I think it was
Yeah.
Wolf. I couldn't. Well, some of the other newscasters also did baseball. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I get it, but I'm
Yeah.
also a fan of hearing from your local broadcast team, right?
Yes.
The guys who know your team
Very
the
much.
best, who are former players of your team or somehow related to the team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I like to hear. And if we go to all national, we're not going to hear that
Yeah.
because that's how we
Oh
are
no,
with
very
football.
very true. Yeah.
Like
We
we
only
still
have
have local radio broadcasts for football,
yeah.
but even then, that's kind of half and half, right?
Yeah, because sometimes you'll get the national. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
depends on the game.
yeah.
too. That football is very strange that way. In that,
Yeah,
like sometimes they won't even pipe in the freaking local guys. It'll just be the national broadcast.
yeah.
Now, in all fairness, for us, typically it's Joe Davis, so we don't
Hmm.
mind. But I'm sure there's
No matter where we
Joe
go,
Davis
we hear
haters
Joe
out
Davis.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always in our head. Get out of my head, Joe.
my only my only wish for Joe Davis, as far as improving his craft, is whoever his makeup guy is has to lay off the blush, please. The guy looks like a painted doll sometimes on TV. It's so bad. Like he's not that pasty, guys. Come on.
Right.
Like he
Oh
makes
man.
him sitting next to Earl makes Earl Hershiser looks like George Hamilton. Like
Oh
they
wow.
really lighten him up, and they get like the heavy red cheeks. I'm like, dude, he's not a cherub from like a 14th century painting. Okay.
Yeah. I was not expecting you. I was not expecting the George Hamilton reference there.
Yeah. Again, people of a
Wow.
certain age
I
will get
was
that one.
yeah. I was expecting more of like the if they put him next to Oral and he looks like Mr. Burns after he gets his dilation treatment or
No.
whatever, and he looks like an alien.
No, because in this case it'd be Joe that looks like an alien. Like he's
Yeah.
unnaturally pale. Because when you see him like on normal interviews, he looks like a normal dude. But
Yeah.
sometimes on TV, I'm like, what did they do to him? Like,
Like what is going on?
yeah,
What the hell, dude?
is he secretly an albino? You know? Oh man, let's move on to the next interesting
The
tidbit
next.
of baseball talk. I'm very much very interested in this. I think we've mentioned this many times in the broadcast that we are not sorry, the podcast, whatever the hell this is. We're not broadcasters. That we are Angels fans as well. Now we're not as deep into the Angels
Yes.
as we are as Dodgers. And we do apologize to any Angels fans who may or may not be listening. But we do keep tabs on the Angels. They are always going to be our second team. We don't
Hmm.
care if the Angel fans hate us for that. But there are traditionally a lot of Angels and Dodgers fans, right? So,
Yeah.
anyways, what we have here is very interesting. So, Assembly member, one of the Assembly members put in a bill, and this
Hmm.
bill is essentially stating that the Angels and their ownership, which in this case is Artie, Artie Moreno, cannot take advantage of the surplus land, all the different rules and laws established, right?
Yeah.
That allows him to sell the land or repurpose it, what have you, unless he changes the team name back to Anaheim, which is incredibly petty, and I'm all for it. It says here, this bill would
Say.
require, if an exemption is granted to the city of Anaheim for the disposition of surplus land involving the sale or lease of Angel Stadium to the Los Angeles Angels, that any materials refer to that team as the Anaheim Angels. This bill would express the intent of the legislature not to apply this requirement if the city of Anaheim is able to come to an agreement with the Major League Baseball team known as, again, that's kind of like a legalese shot there, right? The Los
Yeah.
Angeles Angels about their affiliation. So this has been the thing. I think it was the mayor of Anaheim fired the first shot about this. Um, in her speech, remember, she kept calling them the Anaheim Angels
Yeah.
and talked about we know where they're really from. And yeah, I mean, even as Dodgers and Angels fans, like, as we are, I mean, I never liked the name change either. Because for me, they were always the California Angels first, right? But when they changed to Anaheim, I didn't mind it either because hey, you've always lived in Anaheim, right? Why not give some notoriety to your hometown, right?
Yeah.
And switching to LA, Los Angeles Angels and Anaheim was kind of like a kick in the balls, right? To people from
Yep.
Anaheim, to people from Orange
Hmm.
County, because the only other team they had was the Ducks, and the Ducks are just the Anaheim Ducks. So Anaheim was more was known for more than just Disneyland, right? They had a hockey and a baseball team,
Yep.
and the whole LAAA, team, whatever you want to call it, became a running gag ever since. Even for non-Angels fans, people outside of Southern California always make fun of them for that. And I always want now. I've come to understand they can't go back to California
Yeah.
because there was a league rule
Rule
change
change. Hmm.
that's dictated that teams cannot be named after a state or claim a state as their home turf if there are teams in that state. Now you can't be grandfathered in, all of the Texas Rangers, right? But
Yes.
that's why the Miami Marlins cannot go back to being the Florida Marlins.
Excellent. Yeah. Or the potential new teams in Tennessee or
Yeah,
Oregon.
they could be the
So like
Tennessee
so
whatever or the Oregon whatever's. But if
yeah.
a second
So
team popped up, they could not call themselves that state. You know.
yeah. Like the Athletics could be the Nevada Athletics in
Yeah.
2 years or 3 years, whenever the hell that stadium opens up. They finally move in there.
Now
But
there is a loophole
Portland.
though,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
and we see this loophole with the two teams in New York.
Oh, because they go to a city named after the state.
Yeah, the city's name. So I mean, we could put a team in California City here in California, and they could be the California Angels again. They can move there. Now, California City, I think, is still like the meth capital of the world, but it has a population that cannot sustain, a high school baseball team, let alone a baseball team. But the options are out there. Every state, I
Sure.
think, has a city named after itself, right?
I mean, technically, the drive wouldn't change. It would just be you're going 2 hours in a completely different direction.
That's true. A little hotter in
Might be
California
easy.
City than Anaheim.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you want to know who this mysterious member Valencia is?
I've had his full name on the other slide, like that I made before,
Uh,
and I cut it off, so I
oh,
couldn't
okay.
remember his full name. But yeah, what is it?
Yeah. So it's Avelino Valencia
Okay.
from District 68.
Hmm.
District 68 is Anaheim, Orange, and Santa Ana.
Hmm. That makes
He
sense.
was born in Anaheim, so
Oh, really?
he
Oh, yeah.
is
So
a
he's Anaheim lifer.
personal dog in the fight.
Yep.
Would probably like to see the Angels go back to
I don't
their
know what his
the
personal
prominence
politics
as the
are, but I already
Anaheim.
like him.
Yes.
He grew up
Thank
there,
you, Avelino.
right? You're our
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, yeah,
We know nothing about you,
like,
but
it
we
just
like you.
has to be
Yeah. And
like,
yeah, I hope. I know this bill probably has no shot of really getting anywhere or accomplishing anything. I do hope the Angels do change their name back, though. Not
yeah, me
because we're
too.
Dodgers fans, but because I think Anaheim deserves that credit.
Yeah,
I really do.
and I know people try to use the same thing like with the and I always want to call them the San Diego Chargers, but
Yeah.
they're the Los Angeles Chargers,
Yeah.
and how they had originally started as a team in Los Angeles. They're
Hmm.
the original LA team. Blah 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 blah. You know, yes, but they've played the majority of their life somewhere else.
Yeah.
So you're gonna know them as I mean, they even do that. I mean, they've played in LA for the last what has it been 3 or 4 years now?
It's been a while. Yeah.
Maybe more,
Yeah.
right? And the national broadcasters still call the Chargers the San Diego
All the time.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Like the Rams, I think they don't have that much of a distinction because I think their time was sort of equal between St. Louis and LA.
Yeah. I think their
Obviously
their
now more in
their
LA as with the
popularity was
second state.
also more balanced that way.
Yeah.
Like recent memory, of course, Kurt Warner era, whatever, right? We think of that for the Rams, right, as their heyday.
Mhm.
But recent or extremely recent memory, plus their longer hit memory, they had a lot of great years in LA.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're kind of divided more easily.
Yeah. And but that's also another interesting one in that they were renting Angel Stadium for a long time, playing
Yeah.
as the Los Angeles Rams. So,
So you ready for this?
but that was a rental thing.
Here's
What's
how
that?
long the Chargers
Shoot.
have been in
Shoot.
Los Angeles. You ready?
Oh, okay. Go for it.
2017.
What the 9 years? It's been 9 years?
Yes.
Damn. I was not expecting a nine. I thought it was at least like
I had an idea because
maybe
I was thinking to myself, I think it was pre-COVID, but I wanted to double check.
well,
But
I
yeah,
knew it was pre-COVID, but I thought it was like maybe 2019. I didn't think we're
yeah,
creeping up on 10 years of them being up here.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of the former San Diego Chargers, I was at a soccer game. I think it was like 2 weeks ago
Hmm.
at the site of the former Qualcomm
Oh, yeah.
Stadium,
Hmm.
currently named Snapdragon.
Hmm. Which is a Qualcomm product, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that because I had to explain that to my dad. I was like, "Well, technically, it's still Qualcomm because Snapdragon is just the processor from them." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like calling it the Celeron Stadium, but it used to be Intel Field or something."
No, to make that more modern, it would actually be the Ultra 7 or the Ultra 5,
Oh yeah, Ultra. What is? I think they're 275 or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
I
it's not,
heard good things about their new chips,
yeah.
but going back to saying, man, I don't. Let me tell you, as somebody that has grown up with facilities in Los Angeles and that had previously been to that stadium
Mhm.
as the Murph,
Yeah.
Jack Murphy,
Yeah.
um, prior to Qualcomm, I have no idea what they did. They have a lot that's just all dirt.
Oh.
Um, yeah, it seems like it might have been like the location of where the previous stadium was, or I don't know
Mm.
what they exactly did to that stadium, but my buddy was telling me that when they would go and watch like Aztec football games there,
Mhm.
because they use it as the football stadium for the university,
Mhm.
San Diego State. He's like this stadium has no shade. And
Oh.
like I was looking around, I was like, oh, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
And so any day games, like apparently you just kind
You
of
just
burn
roast.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just fry the whole time.
Yeah. And like the concourses aren't that wide. Like they don't have any like yeah, it's a different experience. I definitely wouldn't want to go for a day game or anything like that. But the ambiance was pretty good for a soccer match there, so
Hmm.
that was cool. Unfortunately, my team lost, so I had to hear it a little bit from the San Diego fans. But it had 1 week later, we eliminated them from the competition. So arrivederci, San Diego. But yeah, I really hope that Anaheim, the Angels, come back. Okay, pipe dream. I hope they come back with the Disney logo, but obviously, I don't think what's it called? Artie's gonna want to pay for Disney for the rights to that
Yeah. So
uh
I'm trying to my
for the
realistic
logo and everything like that.
expectations of what my pipe dream slash realistic hope for the Angels, right? I'm not gonna
Hmm.
say, oh, let's get fire Artie, let's win a World Series. That's ridiculous. That's not gonna happen, right? They're too
Yeah.
depleted at so many levels right now. I would just like to see them go back to being Anaheim and have a competent owner,
Okay.
someone who's actually going to put in the effort. I don't care if they're a big spending team or not. I want to see them try harder and do better. Like at least be competitive, right?
Yeah.
That's all I really want to see them do because it's been such a drag to follow that team. Like the
Yeah.
Otani peak years, that was really the only reason you watched the Angels. You knew they weren't going
Yeah.
to go anywhere or do anything, but you got to see Otani do something crazy. Or before that was Mike
Yeah.
Trout, but Mike Trout there was hope, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like it's hopeless, you know. They did win today, though. We'll
Uh
talk about that. But it's just,
yeah.
they depleted their minor league system every single year. They're starting guys, like they have starting pitchers who are like 20 and 19.
Hmm.
They just use everybody, right? They don't draft
Yeah.
well. They don't develop well. Their medical staff is now under fire and should have been rightfully for years. Their training staff
Hmm.
is now considered to be one of the bottom half, if not worse, if not bottom quarter in the league.
Yeah.
They're just top to bottom, not a very good organization. So that's what's frustrating. Like you could make bad drafts and whatever. You're just bad. You just should do your job. Doesn't mean you should be skimping on medical care for your players or training. Right.
Hmm.
This isn't like pre. This isn't like pre. What was that? This isn't reserve clause baseball anymore.
Okay. Huh.
That's a because that's what you would see like Connie Mack era, right?
Yeah.
This isn't that kind of baseball anymore. You can't run a team that way. You can't neglect coaching. You can't always play by your gut. I feel bad for Kurt Suzuki this year because he's on a 1 year
Mhm.
contract. You know, maybe he'll pull something out of his ass and they'll play well this year, which will get him a long term job at a better team. You know, um, I kind of feel bad because he's like a lame duck coach, right?
Yeah.
So,
But
anyways,
I mean,
let's I was like, let's stop beating down the Angels. We have something nice about them to say later. So let's.
Yeah. Let's go on to the next
Yeah, we can talk about this
the
for
next
hours.
slide.
You know. So next slide we have. It's funny because there's a big reveal in Torrance, California, that there's a new Dodgers mural, and it's 3 Japanese players. So you got Otani, Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki, right?
Yeah.
It's funny that it was revealed when because it's a Vargas mural, just like the other Otani mural, and he did the Kobe one too, I think. He's done a bunch, right?
Yeah, he did the Fernando, he
Oh, the
did
Fernando, that's right.
this one,
Yeah,
the original Shohei one in
I think he did the Shaq and Kobe one too.
Little Tokyo.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like it's a big reveal. They covered it in cloth, but he literally like shows you the entire process for how many weeks he was painting it.
Hmm.
It's covered nonstop. Like we saw the whole thing from beginning to end. So the big reveal kind of didn't make any sense because we saw it finished.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that so for anybody that doesn't know, so this specific or particular mural guy doesn't use grids.
Yeah,
So that's his big draw, right? Is that he just does it all based off of memory or whatever, or the canvas that
yeah,
he's doing the painting on, and then he just kind of backs up and makes sure that everything is kind of
looks right. Yeah,
you know yeah, to scale.
eyeball's not wrong in the wrong place. You know, he doesn't have nine
Yeah,
fingers.
but the downside to that, yeah, obviously, is that it doesn't he doesn't ever cover the art until it's finished, and then they do a big presentation,
Yeah,
like a big show at the end of it, and it's like, well, everybody already saw what it looked like. It's
yeah,
so usually what his uh his opening of the mural or his presentation of the
hmm
mural, it's always very small and very much you know dedicated fans and all the
yeah,
news outlets, basically what it is.
hmm
But I think the attraction of this one is that he did use like a gold shimmer paint for
yeah,
like the the flowy part of it behind
hmm
them. It almost looks like a koi, but I can't really tell in this picture. But so that would be something cool to see, like maybe at night or like during sunset or something where.
yeah. I'll have to take a trip down there to take a look because it's funny because it's on the side of a hotel and people are like, why would you put it there? But actually, it's across the street from Delamo Mall and its parking lot. So it's really kind of front and center, right? Like you're gonna
Mhm.
see it no matter what, and there's lots of places to see it from, and it's pretty clever because if I'm remembering correctly, they said Torrance is the sister city of I think where Yamamoto's from,
And Sasaki
and
too, I
Sasaki
think.
too. Yeah, yeah, that's right for both of
Mhm.
them. So there is at least a regional tie-in with that, and Torrance has a notoriously large Japanese population. So
Yep.
I still remember watching I think it was Option Video. For those who don't know, it's a Japanese car video that used to come out every month. Like it's actually a VHS tape.
Yeah.
We're this old.
Video magazine.
Yeah, we were
Mhm.
this old, you know. And they were interviewing a famous driver at the time, Nobuteru Taniguchi, famous HKS driver, D1 champion, etc., etc., etc. And he was in America. They asked him, "What are your favorite places to visit in America?" And he said, "Torrance." I was dying. Like you come all the way to America and California to visit the most Japanese place in California.
Excellent. Only definitely a no one better answer.
Yeah, that's his nickname for those who don't knob.
Yeah.
No one better.
Knob.
Yeah, I've met him in person several times. Kind of quiet. Some people think he's pretentious. I don't think he is.
Mhm.
I just think he just doesn't like to talk to people. Is the way he comes off. Now, Max Ordido is the total opposite.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Super personable, super fun to hang out with. I've been drinking with him, not to brag, but I am gonna brag. Him and Suchiya, I've gone drinking with. Super cool people, super fun. Suchiya is a little more pretentious because he's famous, right? He's a drift king. Orido's
Yeah.
very funny though.
I bet. Yeah, he definitely comes off as very charismatic in his social media as well as his
hmm
daughter's social media.
Yeah.
So
Especially now that he's
it's
doing
good.
that like
Good.
virtual racing thing. That's his new
Oh,
business.
uh-huh.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I kind of want to check it out if I ever next time I go to Japan. So,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
but anyways,
Along with
that's
his, Supras.
yeah, right. So, anyways, that's the mural. So if you guys
Yeah.
are ever at the Lamo Mall, go check it out. And actually, that's the same hotel we went to a card show at. So
Okay, I was about to ask
yeah,
you that
yeah,
too.
it
I
is the
was
same
like, is
hotel.
that
Yeah.
the okay?
So there may potentially be sports cards or trading card shows there. Go check it out. On to our next controversial topic this week.
Oh my god, I hate this. I would just say I
So
hate
for
this
those
so.
who are not in the know, the Dodgers sold the naming rights to the field.
Mhm.
So it is now Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
Crazy, crazy
Yeah,
work.
I don't.
Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Not, I don't hate that they sold the field rights. I okay, I there are certain things that they did that I understand why they did them, but they take away from certain uh I guess aesthetics
Aesthetics.
that we're
Yeah.
used to.
Hmm.
Yeah. So one of them being like they had to reverse the colors on the on the like the naming plaques, I guess.
Hmm.
Is that, I guess that's what you could call it. So typically all of our signage at Dodger Stadium, as you can tell in the upper left, is a Dodger blue background with white lettering, right? But that's not going to work with Uniqlo because their logo is red and their wording is red. So they had to flip it to white. So now we've got all this white stuff all over all
Yeah.
over the stadium. And I think the I'll give you the I'll give you the floor for the big reveal of of the other thing that they did.
Yeah. So the most glaring, and it's actually not very apparent in this picture. So imagine if you will.
Mhm.
Let me pull up my laser pointer here because you can kind of see it right here, right between the two
Yeah.
giant ass speakers that cause everyone to have CTE at Dodger Stadium. You know,
True.
where there used to be nothing, right above the batter's eye, there is now this. And to quote our current president, it is huge.
Yep.
it this picture does not really emphasize how gigantic that thing is. I saw today during the broadcast as they're doing like a drone shot. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the reel and I was like, oh my god, it's hideous. Okay, just to give you guys like a little bit of understanding, you can see kind of like a little bit of a dome behind the LO on Uniqlo. That's a 76 ball.
Yeah,
76 balls are not small.
they're like 20 feet across. Yeah, and it's way behind it. And
Yes. And it
so
dwarfs it. It's
yeah,
like, oh my god. So
yeah. I'm not.
but
You know, I'm not.
welcome.
I'm not with you. I'm not actually against them selling the field naming rights because
Yeah,
they didn't sell the
neither one.
stadium naming rights, which is something that maybe unjustifiably we're all attached to, right? Like it's always gonna be Dodger Stadium, right?
Mhm.
I kind of also get the point where it's like, well, what's the big deal, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I understand them. You know, I mean, dude, of course they're gonna want more money, right?
Yeah.
I just don't like the
Get to
branding.
where
Now, I
get to
thought
where it
which
comes.
would have been really cool, right? Because one thing they did do, which I thought was interesting, was you can kind of see it here. Where's my laser pointer? Sorry, you can kind of see it here. The sign is ribbed, which is a Dodger Stadium thing.
Oh
That's
yeah,
very
yeah. Mhm.
traditional. It's corrugated, right? So they did keep that. I just thought it would have been really nice if they made like Uniqlo said, okay, you know what? Let's change our background color to be Dodger
Right.
blue. Let's tie it
Like,
in. Because to me, that would be a total buy-in, right?
yeah.
Like that's a real partnership. And to me, it signifies that you're not more important than the partnership.
Mhm.
Having your sign this big, this apparent, standing out that much, shows me that you're browbeating them with money. That you paid
Yeah.
that much money, that's why they're going to go this far. Where if you wanted to be a real sponsor and be, you know, a part of the team, quote unquote, right?
Mhm.
To show how much you're embracing the Dodgers, not just the money the Dodgers can bring you, would be to say, you know what? Let's do something we've never done before. Let's change our logo color to blue, just for Dodger Stadium. And you can
Yeah.
talk about that. It's the only time our logo is not red. I thought that would have been really
Yeah.
cool, actually.
That would so what so it would be really cool. And I know that maybe this was like kind of like a last minute thing and hopefully they take a lot of this feedback in mind. One of the things that they opened this year at Dodger Stadium was a new, well, it's a new store, but it's a new era store,
Hmm.
where you can get like your like patches on hats. Like you could buy whatever color hat and not have to wait for it
Hmm.
from Fanatics or MLB store or whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully, what my hope is that next year they open a Uniqlo, specifically Dodger Stadium store, right?
Hmm.
And you can only buy that blue logo at that store.
Oh, that'd be kind of
And
cool, right?
yeah, and so keep the top of the stadium as like the team store,
Hmm.
because I think the new era store is the right field or the left field pavilion,
Yeah.
former team store. So it's
Yeah.
like it's open. It'll still be open year round, but I know that they have like a Hello Kitty by New Era type thing
Hmm. Okay.
going on there right now. So that's kind of cool. Tie it in with the JDM-ness of the
Yeah.
team now. But yeah, like so hopefully, Uniqlo open up a store at
It
the
also
stadium
would be
and
an interesting move for Uniqlo because unlike Nike and Reebok and Adidas and everyone else who very much puts their logo front and center on all their apparel, Uniqlo actually doesn't. And that's
yeah,
kind of the appeal of Uniqlo is like they're not asking you to be their free advertising. Their clothes are
right.
very quote unquote plain, if you want to call it that, right?
Hmm.
But that's why I think people gravitated towards them because I've seen like marketing studies on this. It was a psychological thing, right? Because Uniqlo is um, I don't call them cheap, but like an affordable brand.
Yeah, they were basically the antithesis of like Old Navy,
Well, they're what
where
Old
Old
Navy
Navy would
should be.
slap their logo on everything.
Yeah. So Old Navy is what Uniqlo or Uniqlo is what Old Navy should have been, right?
Hmm.
Um, so what happens is by them not plastering the logo on it, psychologically, they don't force you to embarrass yourself.
Right.
You don't have to go out there rocking a T-shirt from Uniqlo with a giant Uniqlo logo on it somewhere or on the sleeve, whatever, so people
Hmm.
know that you bought a cheap T-shirt. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how good the T-shirt is, it's still a bargain brand, right?
Yeah.
Just like in our era, it was Payless shoes. We used to always joke about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't wear Nikes, you wear Payless shoes. In the end, who cares, right? But as kids,
Yeah.
we like to shit on each other, right? And so
Yeah. Of
Uniqlo
course.
avoided that stigma by not putting their logo everywhere on everything. It's still there. It's on the tags. It's usually hidden somewhere, which
Hmm.
is a very conscious, interesting decision to make. Because for example, like if TJ Maxx had a logo on every T-shirt right in front, would you wear it? You know, because Old Navy's problem was Old Navy had very clever marketing and branding, but their products sucked.
Yeah.
Their clothes were just they were cheap, not in a good way.
Yeah.
They're poorly made. Their seams would come apart. I remember my mom taking me to the mall when people used to go to the malls. Old Navy's
Hmm.
opened up. We said, "Oh, let's go check this out," right? And they had really cheap jeans, and she knows I always wear jeans back then. And she was paying, God forbid, back then I think it was like $35 for a pair of jeans. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now
Wild.
nowadays like a dream, but back then I was like, that's a lot of money for Levi's, right?
Yeah.
Um, and Old Navy had jeans for like two for $25. My mom was like, well, let's try them.
Yeah.
If they fall apart, they fall apart. But for two for $25, it's worth a shot, right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't even last a year, both pairs combined.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like their sizing was a little bit weird. Like I
Yeah.
would buy like the normal size and it would be like longer than
Hmm.
like the
Or
normal
way too
size.
big or way too
So
small. Like you had to try everything
mhm,
on there.
yeah. So yeah, for sure. And it ended up like that all my old Navy jeans were like they had the drag tears on the heels,
Hmm.
like the bottom of
Yeah.
the like the bottom of both legs. And like as a kid you wear just flat bottom shoes everywhere. So
Yeah.
you're always dragging
Yep.
and pretty soon like it's just shredded. And
Yeah.
so it's like
Which is the style now, so
yeah,
you're just ahead of your
well,
time.
yeah, true. The patina on my old Navy jeans was amazing.
Right. But yeah, it's just they did actually get better later on. But it was one of those things where it was kind of
They
too little,
did.
too late.
Yeah.
They had already grown that reputation for like, yeah, it's just cheap, and so you didn't see people wearing Old Navy anymore because they didn't want to be associated with that brand.
Hmm.
Because when their commercials were all over the place, they were hip, they were cool. It's like okay, they were kind of like the everyman's Abercrombie and Fitch, right?
Yeah.
People start wearing Abercrombie all the time, even though all it was an Abercrombie T-shirt with with logo on it
Yeah.
because of clever
I
marketing.
think.
You know,
Yeah. Well, I think that was one of those things because that was very much a like a streetwear thing too, right?
yeah,
Like we saw it with Supreme. Like Supreme would just slap a logo on a $10 T-shirt, sell to you for $90,
or
and then
literally a brick.
yeah, yeah. That's did you see somebody try to make a house out of like bricks, like
Yeah,
Supreme bricks,
yeah,
and he like ran out of bricks. And he's like, dude, it was like 15, like I forgot what
some
the total
ridiculous
amount
money.
was, but it was
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, just in bricks? Like,
yeah,
what are you doing, man? Just make one wall of your house out of those bricks. Who
yeah.
cares?
Supreme is probably like
But,
Supreme is very much the Apple of clothing.
oh yeah,
It's like Apple
to
stuff
this
is
day still.
bad, but it exists purely because their marketing is amazing and their advertising. So yeah, I don't.
Oh
The
yeah,
naming actually is what bothers me for Uniqlo.
yeah.
Right? I don't. Uniqlo Field Dodge Stadium doesn't sound great, doesn't roll the tongue. I get that, but I honestly don't care because it's still Dodger Stadium, right? It's just a field. They
Hmm.
didn't change the name of the stadium. That's the only part you should really care about, if you actually care at all.
Yeah,
It's just the branding is so jarring.
yeah. The branding is like, whoa, what the heck?
But
But
this is also not our first rodeo because we talk about it all the time when we see old photos, we watch replays of old games from like the 80s and 90s, and there's hardly any advertising at the stadium.
hmm
The outfield wall was completely blank. There was only a few ads of the pavilions. That was it. And over time, it's just the whole like every stadium now is all completely plastered. It's not just them, right?
yeah, they've been plastering everything. Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
I mean, the East Coast teams have
But
been doing that since the black and white era. You know,
yeah, essentially,
I mean, if you see old pictures of Ebbets or old Yankee Stadium, it's just ads everywhere. You know.
yeah. I mean, to this day, like I think if you look at the 24 championship, like the picture of Walker Bueller is like who but WB Mason
Yeah, yeah.
is like the big
It's
like it just splashed behind him.
it's funny. Yep.
And but yeah, but so one of the things like my funniest memory of Old Navy, I think, is like their last hurrah was when that whole bedazzled logo craze was going on,
Oh,
and like
that's right.
American flag bedazzled everything,
Hmm.
and I was like, it's like why? And it was I don't know. It was a weird time, children. It
Yep.
was a weird time in the country, weirder more so than even now.
Also, I also
Everybody was shiny.
I also blame Old Navy for bringing bell bottoms back. It was short
Oh,
lived, but they brought
true.
that back. So
Very
kudos to
true.
you, Old
Very
Navy.
true.
You're probably not going to be around much longer, but
But when you were fantastic prices on stuff that you knew you'd only wear maybe one school year and
yeah,
then you'd move on.
they would probably be way more popular if they had stuff that was more plain, like Uniqlo did. They
Oh
would have
yeah.
done a lot better, you know. But I mean, it was a great exercise in advertising and marketing because they killed it. Their commercials were great. Everyone knew about them. People wanted to buy it, and it was cheap, right? It was cool
Hmm.
and it was a deal. It just people realized that their stuff was not that great quality wise. So,
Yeah.
anyways, on the topic of clothes, we saw a lot
Oh.
of City Connect leaks this week. Let's take a look at a couple here. Let's
Yeah, it
go.
was amazing how many leaks we had.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was like nonstop. So we picked some
Yeah.
of the ones here that we want to look at. This is the Royal
Yep.
City Connect. I
Yeah.
like it. It's kind of plain, a little understated. I don't know how that number is going to look when someone has it on though.
That's true. That's the only thing that worries me a
The
little
placement
bit.
looks a little
The
weird, right?
location of the number. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest of it though, I kind of like. I like the kind of
Mhm.
understated look to it. Not quite a traditional Royals look, but still close, right? It's
Yeah.
mostly white, so that's kind of
The
cool.
blue to purple the or is it purple to blue gradient?
Yeah, that's nice, right?
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's pretty cool. We'll see how it looks in actually on players. So
Yeah. I don't yeah, we'll have to keep tabs on when the first City Connect game is for them.
yeah,
Which I think Is it technically Fridays? So maybe tomorrow?
Oh, is it? I don't know. We'll see. That could be why it got leaked so early.
Yeah, possibly. They're already at the shops in
Yeah.
the stadium.
Moving on.
Tejas.
You mentioned them earlier. Here's the Rangers.
Yep.
I don't
This
hate
one,
it.
this one I thought was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's pretty plain, honestly, but it's cool. You
Yeah.
know.
They're very much throwing it towards the, University of Texas, obviously, the look.
Yeah. It is funny that's right next to an
call it
Nationals
a
jersey.
little
Looks like
little
Altuve.
Hispanic.
Looks like it's an Altuve size one too.
Super small. Extra small.
Yeah,
Don't rip it, my wife.
the Tejas jersey is actually a small. The Nationals one is a Altuve size. So. But yeah, I mean it's. I kind of like that it's not crazy because we've seen so many crazy City Connects.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of go for more almost traditional look is kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the Royals one are very understated, but I like them that way. So now we'll move on and give ourselves a shout out to one of the best baseball subreddits that exists. Shout out to the homies at NL Best for creating this excellent meme. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
thinking of this one.
So,
You know,
yeah. Well, I mean, okay,
I
so
understand the theme. They're trying to go to that like Dayglow 70s San Diego look, like the whole skater surfer look with that font type and everything, and the orangey colors. But
yeah.
it is very similar to the Giants one, which is again just not good.
Yeah. I feel like the San Diego one is very much trying to like it gives what's it called? It gives like 80s action movie logo font for the San Diego part.
Hmm.
Like it's trying to kind of be, like action hero kind of,
Mhm.
this is where they did Top Gun type of thing.
Mhm.
Um and then they're also going for like the blue jerseys from like the late 90s,
Yeah,
early
the dark blue,
2000s.
the blue era,
Yeah.
the blue period for the
Yeah,
Padres.
the blue white.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, like did they not realize that it looks almost exactly like the current Giants?
right. I
I
mean,
mean,
they play the Giants how many times a year, right? They're in the same division.
yeah.
And the Giants
uh,
one, every time I see it, I think of that. Remember when they were selling like spreadable marshmallow in jars? What was that product called?
yeah.
Because their font looks the same as that jar. So every time I see it, I think it's like I think of marshmallows. It's like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't. The San Diego one's not San Diego enough to me,
Yeah.
kind of. You know, I kind of get where they're trying to go with the theme, but it just I don't know. It doesn't execute correctly. The Giants one just there's nothing about this is Giants to me except for the actual word Giants.
Yeah.
You know,
Jet puffed is what you're
Jet
looking
Puff.
for.
That yeah.
Yeah.
Now people are saying, well, not like the Dodgers can talk crap, and you are right because
100%.
we all know what our City Connects look like.
Yeah. This is beautiful
Ta-da! Yes, the
confetti.
Funfetti jerseys. Not fans.
There are fans of it
We
out
do know
there.
people who
We're
love
not
them.
going to hold them
Yeah,
against it. Yeah.
personally, yes. We are not one of them,
But
though.
yeah, personally, we're not one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Only thing I do like about those jerseys is it says Los Angeles on the front.
Yeah, but it's like the most boring Los Angeles I've ever seen in the
Well, at
history
least it
of
says
the
Los
team.
Angeles because remember they got rid of the LA away jerseys for a long time. They're only just now
That's
coming
true.
back, and they're not every time do they wear them.
Do
So
you know what I dislike is that they don't sell those at the team store.
yeah, they only sell the Dodgers away jerseys, right?
They only sell the gray Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want the Los Angeles one. I don't want the gray
So for those
Dodgers
who
one.
are not old enough to know this, like in ye olden days, that was the standard. Was that when you're at home, the front has your team name,
Mhm.
and when you're away, so people aren't confused, you had your city. So they always had, the Angels had California in the front, the Yankees just had New York in the front. They still do to this
Mhm.
day, but that's how every team used to run it, right?
Yep.
It was kind of like a uniform code thing for baseball. I thought that was really neat, actually. because he didn't want to confuse the the other fans as to what city you're from.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
I
Yeah.
think true.
Especially in an era when
Oh,
most people lived and died within 10 miles of where they were born, right? Did you lose you? You there?
no, I'm
Oh,
still here.
okay. I thought you jumped off for a second. So let's stick with baseball talk and cake. And next controversy for the Dodgers.
Oh yes.
So Kim Hae-sung was sent down to the minors, and Alex Freeland was added to the roster. Everyone was shocked because Kim was batting like 400 in spring training, right?
Hmm.
And everyone's like, Alex Freeland, like he was not blowing anyone away, right?
Yeah.
But again, thanks to Reddit and specifically our Dodgers, someone went through and collected the data to explain why this actually kind of makes sense from a Dodgers perspective. And when we look at
Hmm.
this, is we look at Kim's chase rate, two strike chase rate, and general strikeouts are astronomically more than Alex Freeland's, astronomically
Yeah.
higher. It's some of them are like league leading bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Like super, super bad.
yeah, I did not realize it was that bad. I know he had it was a known thing, but I thought he had not been that bad,
Hmm.
especially
And
considering
the
how
and
many
the numbers,
bats they were giving him. You know,
yeah, and the numbers are a little bit weird because I mean, while they both did play in 25
hmm
for short stints
yeah,
while people were hurt, it doesn't give you an overall um year's worth of statistics. So
yeah.
could have it gone lower? Yes, but unfortunately, the small sample size, Kim is losing horrendously to
Well,
Freeland
this is the
in
part that
almost every
that
category.
really stands out was that he had his base on ball to walk ratio was 10 to or strikeout to walk ratio was 10 to 1.
Mm,
That's unacceptable. I'm sorry.
yeah,
2 to 1 is pretty good. You know, if you're a power hitter, he's not a power hitter. He hits for power, but that's not
yeah.
his game, right? So my thinking is, and I agree with it. He think he needs more time to simmer and train in the minors, right?
Hmm.
Whereas Alex Freeland's been in the minors for what 4 years now.
I think so.
Yeah, so they think maybe it's time for him to kind of come up and get a shot, especially while Tommy Edmonds still hurt, right?
Hmm.
So it's like here's your opportunity.
Yeah,
Don't be a Cartaya.
yeah, and I think the well, yeah, I mean, definitely don't get hurt in the minors, and then our only option is
yeah,
Kim at that point because he doesn't play. I mean, the the plus side of having Freeland is that if a corner guy gets hurt, he can play the corner infield positions.
yeah,
Kim doesn't play the corner infield
no,
positions. He's straight up middle infield.
yeah,
So that's another reason why they probably kept him up just in case, like everybody's been reporting this week. Dodgers are a much older team now.
yep.
They're wily veterans. They're not the
Well, and then the corners
spring
are actually
chickens.
where they're the oldest, if you think about it, or the most
Yeah,
vulnerable. Because who's your backup first baseman?
exactly.
Who's your backup third
Rex
baseman?
Muncy.
Yeah, I mean, your your backup first baseman is your third baseman. So if they both go down,
Yep.
you're kind of in a bad spot, right?
Yep.
So luckily, first baseman, knock on wood, don't tend to get hurt that much until Freddie destroys his ankle, or Max
Oh
Muncy
god.
slides into a
Yeah.
bag awkwardly and blows up his knee, right?
Yeah.
So it's the weakest of the depth on the team, including the minor leagues. That is their weakest positions right now.
Yeah.
Now, first base, you do have a weird option, which they tried at the minor leagues last year before he got called up, which is Dalton Rushing at first base.
Oh, that's
Third
true.
third base, you do have some options, at least with Miguel Rojas. But Rojas
Yeah.
retired this year, right? But we
Mm.
don't have a true third baseman, like a a true good third baseman in the minors right now. They have third baseman, obviously, but none of them who are like the heir apparent, right?
Yeah.
Outfielders for days though.
For
Remember having
sure.
no outfielders having too many, And middle infield, it's essentially Mookie Rojas, Kim. There's Kike can play there. There's a couple guys who can play middle infield, so that's not
Hmm.
really a problem. And the outfield can rotate a lot because we have a lot of good outfielders in the minor leagues. So yeah, that's kind of and catching's locked up with Will Smith and Dalton Rushing right now. So like I said, corner infield's your problem or your lack of
Yeah.
depth. Well, let's move on to happier news. Well, it sounds not happy, but it's a happy ending. So let's talk about this. This is interesting. So this news came out, I think today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yesterday, March 25th. Darvish was added to the restricted list because he had Tommy John, right?
Hmm.
And at first blush, I'm like, that's kind of crappy, right? Um, I thought, was it because he declared that he might retire this year?
Yeah.
Because he is pretty old, right? People forget he's been around for a long time, and for the Padres to save money, they put restricted list. But reading deeper into it and hearing interviews with Darvish himself, he's the one who essentially made that proposition. Because
Okay.
paraphrasing, what he said was, "Look, I'm not actually earning my pay this year. I'm injured. I'm not contributing to the team,
Hmm.
so I don't want to take my pay. Because being on the restricted list means you do not get paid your salary."
Right.
And he has a very big, not huge, but he has a very good contract with the Padres for him, right? So
Hmm.
he essentially did what most people would never do, and took the responsible thing to do as someone who, if he wants the team to succeed, be like, here, let me free up this cash for you, since I can't play this year anyways, right? Now I don't
Hmm.
count against your cap. Now I don't. Now you don't have to pay that salary, the 20 whatever $1 million it was, so they can go find some pieces.
Yeah.
It's a very noble thing to do, which just brings again, Yu Darvish is too good for this world. So here's my picture of him. He has baseball's cinnamon roll. He famously forgave Yuli Gurriel before anyone even asked him to. He's been very apologetic whenever he does poorly, like with the Dodgers.
Hmm.
And it wasn't his fault in the end, right? So I mean, he is, and I'll say this too. A lot of people like on Reddit like to say this. Oh, it's because of Japanese culture. No, no, no. It's Yu Darvish is that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Is there a culture aspect? Yeah, there probably is, but I don't think it's only culture. I think it's just Yu Darvish is just that kind of dude, and that
Hmm.
deserves more respect than him just being Japanese.
For sure.
Hmm.
Hats off to you, Darvish.
Yep. And the San Rolls are San Diego Padres colors too, so it kind of works out.
Yeah. They're just as fluffy too.
Yep. A lot less angsty than a cinnamon roll, though. Or a lot more. Or cinnamon rolls are a lot less angsty than a Padre, though. Not cinnamon rolls only bring you up, not put you down. So let's keep
uh,
the compliment sandwich theme going. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down. So we went up, so now let's go back down. What else
okay.
happened today, opening day?
Where are we? Oh boy.
So Paul Skenes, they're pitching at home, and he got given a 2-run lead, which is unheard of for him. Home, he gets like almost no run.
Hmm.
He's actually, I think, worse than Yamamoto last year. Maybe he was just around the same level, like no run support at all, right?
Right.
Starts off the game, he's got 2 runs in the bank. I'm like, everyone's like, dude, he's gonna ball out now, right?
Hmm.
And we joked about, well, this is so confusing. Like, I'm sure he doesn't know what to do with himself. And that's kind of what happened as he gave up 5 runs in the bottom half and didn't get out of the inning.
That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game, but my friend in Pittsburgh did. He said it was bad. He was not fooling anybody. Yeah. So it was a very pirate start to the year. For those who don't know, the Pirates have kind of been a sad sack team for a while now, which is unfortunate because the Pirates have a great history and a lot of great players went through there. Which brings us to from originally this was sent to me by my friend in Pittsburgh, and I keep bringing it up all the time. I'm not hating on Pittsburgh or the Pirates, but this is true. One day that team will get out of its doldrums, but it's like the Angels. I think it's gonna require an owner change.
Yep.
Bob Nutting's got to go, or
Yep.
he's got to have an epiphany, come to Jesus moment, and change the way he does things. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know that that's really likely either, but keep in mind that he's famous for saying to the local media in Pittsburgh, they asked why he doesn't spend more money on team salary, and he said because he ties team salary to ticket sales. He put on the fans. If you don't come to the games, I can't afford more players.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because you keep getting crap players and no one goes to the games because you keep sucking.
Right.
So whatever. Meanwhile, he bought like 8 distilleries for some reason. So
Drown his sorrows. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know.
he doesn't care. He's too
That's
drunk to care,
yeah.
But here, back
Wild.
to our roller coaster emotions. Now we're gonna go ourselves back up.
Amazing. Wow.
Angels beat the Astros today 3-0.
As
Mike Trout went 1 for 2, 3 walks and a stolen base. A very Mike Trout, classic Mike Trout stat line. You know,
yes.
I didn't watch most of the game, but I did hear that he made some good defensive plays. Um, Jose Soriano, their young pitcher, was 6 innings shutout, which is great. That's what you want to see. So at least for today, looking good for the
The
Angels.
Angels are in first place. Yep.
Yep. Are they?
Well, yeah.
Are they? Did the Mariners
Yeah.
just
They're there.
lose? Because the Mariners are still
No,
lying, right?
but they'd be tied for first. It wouldn't be.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So until the Mariners game ends, they're technically
The Mariners are
first.
losing, by the way. It's 6-4 at the top of the ninth.
Oh no,
To the
our
Cleveland
friends at the
Steamers.
Kingdom.
Yep.
All
Sorry.
right.
Sorry, Joe. J Ram's still on that WBC high. Well, Julio should be too, though. Let's check. Let's do a quick peek at what the stat line is for this game. How are we going here? So who was the pitchers today? Who was pitching? Oh, Tanner Beebe went 5 innings,
Mhm.
3 earned runs for the Guardians, so he was not great. Um, Mariners had Logan Gilbert give up 5 runs. Ouch. Yeah, that's not ideal. Wow, they already used 5 pitchers in this game,
What? Damn it, Seattle! Stop it.
right? Let's check some offensive stats here. Stephen Kwan went 0 for so far, which sucks because Stephen Kwan's way better dude than that. Chase DeLauer went 5 for 3 or 3 for 5. Not bad. 2 home runs.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
J Ram also 0 for 5. Oof.
Oof.
0 for Manzardo, 0 for Bo Naylor. Wow, not a lot of production from their big dudes there. Reese Hoskins went for 3, and a walk. Schieneman went for 2, 0-2 over Angel Martinez. Yeah, not too much going on there. Let's check the Mariners. How'd the big dogs do? 1 for Brendan Donovan. Not Landon Donovan. Not Landon Donovan. Cal Raleigh 0 for 3 with 1 walk. Oh, J Rod 0 for 4. Oof. Yeah. Josh Naylor 0
Yikes.
for. Randy 0 for 3 with a walk. Luke really 1 for 3. Canzone 2 for 3, 2 home runs. So he's most of their offense.
Oh my god.
Luke really and Canzone were pretty much their offense. Yeah. Not everyone else is over. Cole Young, Leo. Yeah. Oof, ugly game. But it's only the first game, so we'll see what happens. But kudos to the Angels. Get that rally monkey off your back.
Yep.
Or bring him back. I don't know. They need something. But
Do something. Yeah.
I'm hoping that even if they suck this year, which is not guaranteed, but highly likely, right? That they're just not gonna make a run. That they're not gonna win the division. I want to
Hmm.
see the return of classic Mike Trout. Maybe not
That would
as
be cool.
fast as old Mike Trout because he's older now, but
Hmm.
people forget like it wasn't that long ago where he was the best player in baseball. Full stop.
Yeah.
Like he was it. Like it's crazy to think what would have happened with that team. Because yes, people make the joke that, oh, imagine having Otani, Pujols, and Trout on the same team. Yeah, but none of them were at their peak at the same time.
Mhm.
You were getting the back end of Pujols when Trout was getting better, and then you had Trout's
Yeah.
injury rolls when Otani started getting better. The first couple years of Otani were not great. You know, people select their
Hmm.
memory about that. His rate cards used to be very cheap because they thought he was gonna flame out. But it does make you wonder, like, what if they were both good at the same time?
Right.
That would have been pretty outstanding. Now it takes more than two players to win anything in baseball, but they had a lot of role players on those teams those years too. So we'll see. I mean, their hopes are pinned right now on if Mike Trout has to come back. Got Zach Neto, Logan Hoppy. You've got some talent there. Joe Adele seems to be slowly turning it around, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
He had a
That's
pretty
really cool.
he had a pretty good rookie year, and it just kind of like vanished after that. Um, but they stuck with him because they probably have no one else, and he's cheap,
Uh-huh.
and he's kind of turning it around. So we'll probably see him on another team next year when his contract's up.
Well, hopefully they pay him. I mean,
Well, hopefully the new ownership, hopefully the rumors are true. Artie sells this year. New ownership comes in and goes, okay, well, let's keep our core guys, right? The guys who are young, who are going to bring us up. Let's keep Mike Trout, and let's reinvest into the sort of logistics and the foundation of the team more than just picking up players, right?
mhm.
'Cause that's what they need. They need that needs to be overhauled before they start looking into like who else can we sign?
Yeah.
Because they didn't spend money. They've been spending money. They just don't spend it the right way, or they
Yeah.
just really bad at scouting. Apparently, I don't
Bad
know.
choices. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's
Who's our
move on to the end
Dodger
here for
of
our
the
Dodger of the week,
week?
and I'll talk about this one because there's a reason we picked him that you weren't intimately familiar with.
Yes.
Now we all love Dino Ebel. That's a given, right? If you're watching
Hmm.
Dodgers, you've seen Dino in that corner for a while now. But the reason why I thought of him this week is because at the end of every spring training for several years now, on Spectrum, they mic him up. So the whole game, when the Dodgers are on offense, you get to hear Dino's pearls of wisdom. And honestly, it's
Okay.
pretty awesome. He's been around baseball for a long time, with
Hmm.
the Angels and with the Dodgers as a coach. He knows. I mean, he's his sons are crazy. First of all, like, can you imagine which son was it that just got drafted by the Brewers? I don't remember now. His other son is probably get drafted, I think, next year. Will
Hmm.
be eligible. But his sons growing up, both teams have a sort of history of allowing like family members to hang out with the team, right? So his
Hmm.
boys got to hang out with Mike Trout and Albert Pujols and Shohei Ohtani with the Angels
Yeah.
as their little leaguers. And now, as they start going to high school, now they're hanging out with the Dodgers
Yeah.
with Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and all these guys. And so, like, you're getting free coaching from and free advice from some of the greatest baseball players on the planet.
Hmm.
So that's amazing. And Dino
Yeah.
himself is just a great dude. His commentary is awesome. He's got a lot of funny stories. He's it's interesting to hear the insight from a base coach as opposed to a player.
Yeah.
When does he give signs? What is he seeing? Um, again, he kind of does that Nostradamus thing. He's very good at predicting what's going to happen next. Like he does it. He's so used to seeing he does it so quick. That's what is amazing to me in real time at field level. Right? He can
Hmm.
tell you what's going to happen on this play. So that's cool.
Yeah. Son's name is Brady, by the way. The one that was
The one
drafted by
drafted
the
Grady or Brady?
yeah Brady.
Brady. Okay.
Brady, and then his younger son is Trey.
Okay. I think Trey. I think he's eligible in another couple years. They both played. They both played for Corona, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know for sure Brady did.
Yeah. But anyways, Dino Ebel is his full name. I always thought Dino would be short for something. It is not.
I know that was like the most.
Oh,
That was the craziest thing
he's
we
just
ever
Dino.
found. I was
Okay,
like,
yeah,
what?
that's
Yeah.
cool. Even more interesting to learn. He's from Barstow, and that's
Yeah.
we looked at this yesterday. It's like he might be the most famous person from Barstow. He is not the most famous person from Barstow.
No.
I was totally unaware how many famous people came from Barstow.
Yes. Yeah. And like, yeah, and I mean, I know we for sure only think of ourselves as typically just that stop
Well,
to get gas on the
specifically,
way
you
to
think of
Vegas.
Barstow as the McDonald's with the train cars.
Yes, very much so.
But yeah, I mean that is most people
So
think of Barstow as either a drive-through city or a place you stop to rest on a long drive.
yeah,
That's about it, right?
yeah, that's probably where lots of people are charging their Teslas nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it gets hot out there. You have to charge more
Hmm.
often. So that's pretty cool. And he played. Uh, is it San Bernardino College, Valley College, where he went? Is that a
Hmm.
community college?
I think so.
Okay, I wasn't
I
sure.
know.
I
I know
never
there's
started
a
that college, so.
state.
Oh,
Yeah, I know there's San Bernardino State University, but I
hmm.
don't know when they became a state university.
Oh,
So
okay.
it might have switched over from like
Hmm.
community
Okay.
to Cal State program. So, but yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool. I think they currently live in Rancho.
Yeah, I know they live in the IE because
Hmm.
they play for Corona, obviously, so they're in that area, right?
Yeah. So,
And for a
I
Dodger
mean,
player or staff, it's actually a better place to live as far as commute goes.
yeah. Oh yeah, I can vouch for that. The
Yeah, that's
commute
why
from.
there's several players who have lived in IE for the who play or work for the Dodgers, and also places like La Cañada.
Yeah, with the oh yeah, just take the two
Yeah,
to the
like
stadium
right there, right?
basically.
Yeah, they always empty too,
Yep.
in the opposite direction of traffic, so it's perfect.
Yep.
Um, Says he was drafted in the 27th round, back when there were
Hmm.
27 rounds still, in '86 by the Phillies. He's selected to attend Florida Southern College instead. He won the 1988. He was part of the 1988 NCAA Division II champion squad. That's pretty cool. I don't
Yep.
care if he's not D1. Winning a championship at any national level is amazing to me. Hell, even CIF is crazy to me. That's cool. Um,
Right.
Obviously, a three-time World Series champ with the Dodgers, and one more also with the Angels. We did not mention because we only mentioned Dodger stats on these. Okay, for those
Very
wondering.
true.
Um, he played for a lot of teams. He never made the bigs, but when we were looking it up, and we found like baseball cards of him all over the place, including Australian League baseball.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Like,
Yeah,
like when we went down the Dino Evil rabbit hole, it was
yeah,
like, wow, he played a lot of baseball, like
yeah.
a lot of baseball.
He never he never made it to the bigs until he was a coach. But this guy's a baseball lifer,
Yeah.
and so that explains why he knows so much, right? He's pretty much seen everything at many levels. So you one of your my favorite things I ever see in a baseball game is when a kid makes their first start or they get their first hit and the parents are in the stands in the
Hmm.
big leagues, and that's going to be extra special for Dino because he never made it to the bigs. So a baseball lifer, if his son goes to the big club, gets his debut, that's going to be awesome for him. I can only imagine, right?
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Yep.
Yeah. So best of luck to both Brady and to Trey.
I mean, shoot, man. If anyone's going to have the advantage, it's them when you're being coached by Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Like, there's videos of them in the batting cages with Mike Trout, and he's giving them pointers. Like, that's crazy. That's like a
Yeah.
14-year-old kid, right? Like, any of us would kill to hang out with these players, and these guys are just there all the time with them. That's a charm
Yeah.
of life as a baseball fan. Doesn't mean their kids are going to be good, but that's amazing. I'm very jealous of
Yeah.
them. I'm not hating on them. I'm just very jealous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where like what do I want to say? Because I mean, they're definitely the type of family where the dad is giving them the tools to just, you know, be all around good players.
Oh yeah,
And with, with that, like, hopefully instilling in them that, hey, just listen to these guys. Like, they're doing it at the professional level. If you want to be like them, just be
yeah. I
like them.
think
And
the interview I saw was the younger brother Trey,
mhm,
and he talked about what it's like to have this charmed life. You know, growing up as a little kid, all the way through little league, all the way to high school ball, whatever, with Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, Otani, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, giving you pointers, right?
mhm,
But he had the kind of point of view that you want to see in a young aspiring baseball player, where he said the thing that point he kind of noticed the most was that Mike Trout in that era was the top of baseball world, right?
mhm,
This guy is as great as it gets, and he says I always just saw how hard they worked every day. Like these guys are already great, but they're
yeah,
still putting in the work every
work,
day. So that was his
yeah,
mentality. Like, I have to work on this every day.
yeah,
Or I'm never gonna get to that level. And I think that's a great, insightful thing to see, right?
mhm,
Especially for a young kid.
yeah,
Because I
yeah. I
mean,
mean,
we see people say that all the time in baseball, like with baseball players, like, oh, this guy puts in the work, or he's here early, leaves late. But it's actually not that common in sports.
yeah,
It's even at professional level. A lot of guys just kind of there, you know.
yeah. They clock in, clock out. They A
Yeah,
lot of them see it like at that when they're at that level, they just see it as a job. They're getting paid already, whatever.
yeah,
So they just do the time that they're required to
yep,
show up for practice on time, leave leave for practice after it's done, and then they go
yeah,
home and live their life. But the the true rates, I guess, if we want to call them, you know, always put in the extra hours, or they're playing mental games with you, like a la Kobe with like,
yeah,
I saw you showing up to the gym at 5, so I had to be there at 4:30.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think too a lot of a lot of it's kind of based on how they grew up in sports.
Yeah.
Because you will see guys who were always the best, right?
Hmm.
Where the natural raw talent carries them, even into professional years. They're just so
Yep.
talented that they don't have to put in the work to be that good, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you have other guys who didn't have that level of talent and had to work their asses off to get what they got, right?
Yeah.
A perfect example for that for me is Mookie Betts. Um, Mookie is obviously at this point, on his path to the Hall of Fame, right?
Hmm.
But you talk about someone who works hard and has kind of been through it, it's him. He wasn't
Yeah.
always a top prospect. He wasn't always a great player. Um, I saw an interview where famously he almost quit baseball in the minor leagues. He was not playing well. He got drafted by Boston, and I forget who he talked to. It was one of his roommates at the time or something. The other guy on the team in the minors, and he was. I think he said it's like, yeah, I haven't had a hit in like 5 games. You know, I was like, this is not it for me. Like I thought I was going to be good at this. It's not working out, and he was ready to go take his ACT and go back to college, right?
Hmm.
And then he told a story of like the next day, he had an appointment to take his ACT. He overslept and missed it. So he's like, crap. Well, I got to go to the game anyway. So he went to the field, and he actually started playing better after that. So it wasn't for him oversleeping.
Yeah.
We might not have Mookie Betts the baseball player. We might have Mookie Betts like the lawyer.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Talent. I mean, talent can only take you so far. Hard work will always beat talent.
I think it's a little both. Like
Like it,
talent gives you that
like,
edge, you know.
yeah, in the longevity, yeah, you'll get there sooner with talent. Oh, for
Oh
sure,
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
But if you put in the hours, I mean, baseball's notoriously difficult for doing
yeah,
that. But if you put in the hours in at, the little league, high school,
hmm,
travel ball levels, you'll see success,
yeah,
down the line. Maybe you don't make the majors right away,
yeah,
but you'll eventually see, you'll eventually get your day in the
yeah. Because the
bigs.
way I've always looked at it is like talent is like your starting off point, right?
Hmm.
Like talent will, like let's say, let's say it's like RPG terms. With talent, you start off at your max level's 99. You start off at like 30. Everyone else starts at
Yeah.
1, right? So you already have that
Hmm.
huge advantage. Now it takes a lot of grinding to get to 30 without the talent. So the talented guys will have that advantage on you. But if the talented guy also works hard and grinds, he'll always stay ahead of you.
Oh yeah.
To me, that's what it is. It's that your jumping off point is that much higher.
Mm.
So it's not that I agree that work can triumph talent, but it doesn't take that much more work with talent to stay ahead of those who just work hard.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a little both. Like if you're talented and work hard, you're unbeatable.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. You'll.
as much as we lament Kobe's personality and personality flaws sometimes, he's a great
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
He was always talented. Like from high
Hmm.
school, even before high school, people knew he was going to be great. He was essentially a sure thing, just like LeBron was, right? But the
Hmm.
two of them also put in a shit ton of work.
Yeah.
Kobe is famous, like you said, for saying, "Oh, if you show up here at 5, I'm gonna be here at 4:30." He had to always
Yeah.
be the first one there. He always had to be the last one. He always had to be the one who took the most shots, the one who took the most scrimmages, whatever it was, right? He
Hmm.
wanted to outwork everybody. And LeBron's kind of the same, a little different. LeBron's a little more cerebral about it than just throwing his body at it. Which is why
Yeah.
LeBron's still playing at like 43 or what the hell he is now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, like LeBron's longevity is amazing. And a lot of it's because he puts so much time, money, and effort into his health.
Yep.
You know, Kobe did also, but probably not as much as LeBron did, or does now, I should say. Granted, the
Yeah.
technology's changed a lot too, but yeah, I mean those kinds of guys you gotta love. You know,
Yeah. Very, very, very true.
and then
So.
Dino, taking it back to Dino. I mean, when we looked at his records in the minor leagues and international baseball, this guy
Hmm.
never stopped playing baseball. Like he held on to
Yeah.
that idea that he was going to play baseball, and he probably wanted to make the majors no matter what, even if he had to play in Australia first or for a
Hmm.
while, right? If he had to play in independent league baseball for like 3 years, I think we saw.
Yeah.
He did what he needed to do, and it didn't work out for him in the end. But I gotta believe he never stopped putting in the work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he definitely picked up the knowledge to become a coach. Like, you
Oh yeah,
don't
for sure.
just become a
Yeah,
coach overnight by like, it's like the thing with that they're saying with Rojas. Like, he's gonna be a really good coach,
yeah,
but he just needs to be a part of the organization on the back end first,
yeah.
essentially, and then he'll get assigned somewhere. Like, I'm 100% like waiting for them to like maybe in like 3 or 4 years, like maybe when Shoemaker finally retires and is
That
like,
was my theory that he's going to replace because
like, all right,
Shoemaker is getting on in years. We love him,
yeah,
but he's
mhm,
he's old, right? I think he's the oldest
yep,
coach in the system for the Dodgers right now. um, but I was thinking the same thing as you're saying. Like I would see Rojas replacing him one day. Like start at the back office, start as a scout or whatever, what have you, right? And that's his jump
hmm,
off point is to go manage the Quakes, or maybe he goes to Complex League first, right?
yeah,
You know who else
yeah.
though? I'm waiting to get that opportunity, but he's being held back by Otani, which is funny. Is Will Ireton? Will Ireton
Oh,
is by
yeah,
all accounts a great baseball mind.
hmm,
He's very much an analytics driven guy. He played for WBC Philippines team. He's before he was a translator, he was already like a coaching assistant for the Dodgers, and after Maeda left, he went back to being a coach and an
yeah,
international scout. That's been his job with the Dodgers forever. But the whole Ipe thing, they're like, hey, crap, we need somebody. Well,
yeah,
Will's still in the system. Let's call him back, right?
hmm,
And Otani ended up liking him, and the fans like him. So we're like, okay, do you mind sticking around? And he seems to be having fun. I mean, if he started Instagram, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's pretty funny. He's a very lighthearted guy. But only thing I worry is that the Otani thing is going to hold back his baseball career. Like he's
hmm.
just going to be Otani's interpreter for like 8 more years,
Uh,
right?
well, I mean, I guess there's no better experience than frontline business, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I
maybe he
don't
just
want to see his ambitions die that way.
yeah, that's true.
Because I feel like he had if they didn't like him, they wouldn't have kept him, right? There's a
Hmm.
reason they've kept him in the Dodgers org this whole time, from when he was very young until now. Even when he
Yeah,
wasn't being a translator, like no, he's a scout, he's our international this and that, he's a player coach, whatever. Um, so I have to believe he had some ambitions to land a coaching job, or maybe or run the analytics department or something.
yeah,
But as long as he's Otani's guy, he's gonna remain Otani's guy. And I know in the back of his head, he doesn't want to lose that because that would hurt the team. And I feel that's a little unfair to him for his career.
yeah. He's very much a team player
Oh, 100%.
first.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
very
everyone
much
loves
team
him.
first.
We've seen his social media before. He's a very funny guy. He gets along with
Hmm.
everybody. Um, Wicked sense of humor. He's he's like a little half Filipino, half Japanese Tommy Lasorda, right? Like he's very much a Dodger guy at this point. So I don't know. I hope the best for him. I've always liked him as a person. I've seen interviews with him. He seems really put together. He's really intelligent, right? He's not just this guy who translates from Otani and does goofy stuff on social media. But I would like to see him get something. Rojas too. A lot of people said they wanted Kershaw to become a coach, and I don't know that Kershaw wants to do that. He's never even hinted at wanting that, right?
Yeah. Well, I think right now the thing is that he just wants to be home with his kids.
Yeah, 100%.
So like commentating is probably like the best
Oh yeah, especially like
bet for him.
yeah, because like it works out for him doing this NBC one because again, it's opening day with the Dodgers, and he's gonna be here tomorrow for the ring ceremony, so he's gonna be in LA
Hmm.
anyways. So if he gets a gig doing that, and then on top of that, he could do like studio commentary out of Dallas, maybe,
Hmm.
right? He doesn't have to travel, or if he's just traveling, it's like once a week, you know, or once or a couple times a month, maybe.
Yeah.
So that works out great for him. I think that's more advantageous than wanting to go back into the grind of baseball, right? Some people like
Hmm.
Rojas live it though.
Yeah.
Dino Ebel too. He lives it, right? That's fine.
Hmm.
That's the life they want. Dave Roberts, same thing. You know, these guys have to want to enjoy that life.
Yep.
And when guys don't want that life, I totally get it. You spend
Yeah.
10,
They want to be
10
done with it.
years more or whatever in the majors, spending 9 months a year working, traveling all over the place, not seeing your family, right?
Hmm.
After a while, like, no, I'm done. Like everyone thought Chase Utley was gonna coach, but he's just kind of been chilling. You know, he's in the same boat as what's his name? I mean, he's got kids too, and he wants to spend time with them, right? He talked about that when he retired. Like, no, I'm just be dad. Not Kike's dad,
Yeah.
actual dad. Because we thought AJ Ellis would be a coach too, and he kind of is, but not.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be pushing as hard as I thought he would, right? Um,
Hmm.
though catchers do tend to make good coaches, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to look at like the Dodgers roster now, and like if you had to pick players who's going to be the future coaches in baseball, not necessarily for the Dodgers. I mean, it's pretty much Rojas, and I can't really pick anybody else who's going to do that. Like, I don't
Mm.
think Mookie would ever want to coach.
I don't know. Mookie will make a beeline to the bowling alley, and he'll be a professional
Yeah.
bowler after he's like for years and years after he's done with baseball.
Well, Mookie,
Um.
he's a media guy. He's
Yeah.
talked about that's why he likes living in LA. He's working with different production companies, trying to work on different projects. But also, you know, we've seen this off season so far where he's training with Yada Sensei, that's Yamamoto's trainer, right?
Oh
Mookie's a
yeah,
sponge.
that's cool.
He's the type to absorb knowledge and
Hmm.
apply it, not so much someone who wants to coach others to do it, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's why he's not really coaching. Freddie, I don't think he wants to either. Is that Freddie
Yeah, I
doesn't
think he's
like baseball, but I feel like he's the guy that would
the
like have
kids.
no problem walking away,
Yeah.
right? Like once he's done, right? That's
Hmm.
the feeling I get. Kike too. I feel like
Yeah.
he's going to do something else, and he's going to have a great time doing it. He'll probably
Yeah.
miss
Like I mean,
baseball, but I don't think he wants to coach.
yeah, it's like he's already doing like card stuff online, I think,
Yeah,
and he's
Pokemon cards and baseball. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of stuff.
yeah, it's like
Um,
crazy.
the one who actually seems to have the drive to coach, and he does it right now at a youth level, is Blake Snell.
Oh yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see. I think he's more of like a pitching instructor, is what he wants to be. Because he's very cerebral. He likes learning, right? But he wants to impart that
Hmm.
knowledge. So I can kind of see that. Otani is someone I feel will just disappear. Like I'm done, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
good. I did what I needed to do. Let me be a human being now.
Yeah, that's very much, very much. Yeah, like let me just live my life type of guy
Like
after he's
finally,
done with all
after
the.
all these years,
Yeah.
right? Let me have my family and go live in the mountains of Japan or something, and you guys can leave me alone, right?
Yeah. But watch out if he has a little boy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Shoot, even his daughter right now, they were talking like, oh, could she be the first woman ever drafted by the MLB? Which kudos to him. We don't know her name, I think, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Right.
He's able to keep it under wraps, and I love that actually because he wants that privacy and he's getting it. So that's great.
Hmm.
Ironically, it never happened in Japan.
Right.
And then who was the other one? I was just thinking about too. Oh, like Yamamoto would never coach.
And man's too busy living his best life with his watch collection
He's
and
too fancy, dude. Yeah.
yeah.
That guy's gonna go into some kind of business. I feel like,
Yeah.
but not baseball business, right? Like he might be like, open a chain of steakhouses or something kind of guy. Something
Hmm.
fancy, you know. Or who knows? Start his own watch company or clothing store. I don't know. that guy that guy loves to live it up. So I don't see him coaching either. Anyone else older I can think of or more veteran? Teoscar I think might want to, but I don't know that he has a drive to do it. He likes mentoring. I don't think that doesn't translate to coaching though. We haven't seen that with the Dodgers. We saw that mostly when he was with Toronto, with Vlad Jr. and the other Dominican players. Anyone else older on the team? Blake Treinen, no way. He's gonna
Oh,
vanish too.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
don't know.
he's just gonna disappear.
Like
Evan Phillips just gonna vanish. Like,
yeah, I think all the potential coaches have recently left or left a while ago, or we know that they're leaving.
yeah.
Um, but we'll see. I mean, like you never know who's gonna be like,
Oh, like
"Hey, can I come back and do some stuff for you guys?" Or
who picked
you
Skip
know,
Schumacher
right?
to end up being a manager, right? I didn't.
Yeah,
Good for him though. I like Skip Schumacher.
yeah,
Um, Great counsel.
yep,
I never, when he was playing, I didn't think he had it in him to want to be a manager. Right?
yeah. Well, I think maybe because he wasn't like one of our dudes. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, he just didn't come off that way. Like he was a cerebral
yeah,
player, but he never seemed to.
like you think that he would fall back on his degree
Yeah,
if he got one,
yeah.
right? Like accounting or whatever the hell he was doing, or and civil engineers. I don't
Well,
know,
he felt
but
to me like a guy who would be somehow involved in baseball, but not in like a field leadership position,
yeah, it would be more like equipment or
an owner, you know, like
yeah,
something
some
like that,
some
right? Like
sort of
something
yeah,
front office or back office more than front line.
yeah.
He just exuded that air. Yeah, I don't know.
So
It's
yeah,
kind of hard to say.
yeah, we'll see. It was fun. It was fun talking about a coach
For once, right?
this week.
Not a
Hmm.
player. Yeah. And our gift this week is going to be Andy Pajes because he hit the first home run for the Dodgers this year. Good on you,
It's
Andy. Now on pace for 162 home runs. Also, Will Smith on pace for 162 home runs this year.
Good job. Good job to Dominican Puig and the owner of Canada.
No, was it? Was it Plea with work ethic?
Yeah, Puig with Puig with work ethic. That's the greatest.
That's the best one.
Uh,
Wait, who isn't Tucker wearing Puig's number right now? Who's wearing 66? I forget.
I think
Someone's wearing.
so.
Was it Tucker? I don't remember. I remember seeing the game. I was like, I haven't heard anyone cheer for number 66 Dodger uniform in a while.
Mhm.
Oh man. Well, I mean that's kind of it for the week. You got anything else you want to bring up or wrap up, or anything you think we missed? I'm just happy that baseball's back.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it 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 felt like it was a little long, but I think it's because like the WC happened,
Yeah.
so like there was a little bit of extra baseball there at the during the
Yeah.
off season. But I mean, glad for it as always. You know,
Yep.
the season turns and we once again come to the beginning of the baseball season. The void has ended, and now the true second season
Well, it's
has
funny because it
begun.
always feels like life returns to normal because normal life
Yeah,
is baseball being around every day.
yeah,
Right? Like that feels normal
hmm
to like, oh, there's some baseball news or there's a game on TV or you can hear about baseball news every day, right? And it's not like
hmm
football because they just talk about football every day even when there's no games. Baseball, there's literally something
yeah. That's
happening
weird.
every day during the season. So there's
Hmm
always things to talk about. It's always on TV. So and that's like again like 8 9 months a year, right?
hmm
Whatever it is. So it feels normal.
Yep. Mhm.
Most of the year is filled with baseball. So
Yeah. So good to have it back.
yep.
Good to see the boys again out on the field, out on the Uniqlo field.
Yeah, Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
But
But who
yeah,
knows what this season
well,
brings? Like we said this last year. Well, we weren't on the live chat last year, but you me said this feature last year. The Dodgers are playing with house money, right? I don't really,
mhm,
not too worried about winning a World Series. I wasn't
yeah,
worried last year. Like if they lose, they lose, and it even more so this year. I'm like a three-peat would be awesome, but I don't really, I'm not gonna lose sleep over them not doing it because back
yeah,
to back's already insane.
yeah. But but speaking of 3 feet, did you see you see the gift Otani gave the team?
Oh yeah, I didn't have pictures of the watch yet, so I didn't bring it up on the
Mhm.
chat. But I wanted to, he gave him Grand Seikos, I think, right?
Yeah, gold, all gold Grand Seikos with notes, like post-it notes in the boxes, I guess, saying "Let's 3-peat." So we'll see, man. That
what
that
what
dude is becoming more and more
you
of
got
a
him
team
cocky, huh?
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I love it.
I love it too. It's the most personality we've ever seen out of Otani, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of ironic and funny how it's actually working out
hmm
because after they won in 24, um, Friedman had an interview where he said he told Otani, it's like Otani just kind of told us like, let's do this 9 more times because he's on a 10-year contract. And Freeman
hmm
told him it's not that easy. We're gonna try, but he just don't go out and win the World Series every year. So far, he
Yeah.
has.
Right.
like like Yamamoto, the MLB is like, oh, I just come to America and win World Series.
right.
First year of his career, won the World Series, right? Crazy,
Yeah.
He's like, oh, and I got MVP. This shit's easy. So I mean, it's a wild time. Like I would love for them to repeat, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it if they don't. Right? I am in agreement with. I enjoy them leaning into the whole villain aspect. Right?
hmm
Like paying us to be the bad guys, that's fine. If we're the target, that's fine. And I think that's an okay mentality to have. You're not the little engine that could. You know
Yeah.
what you are, right?
Yep.
And ultimately, if that makes other teams play better, that's awesome because we love good baseball, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I hope again, pie in the sky idea, that it's I don't want the Dodgers and what they're doing to make people give up.
Oh yeah.
Like fans in the postseason will say, "Oh, when Dodgers called, oh, season's over, just give them the trophy." No, dude, come on, right? This is baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy. So I want other teams to be like, well, we can't spend like that, right? But what do they do that we can replicate? Because that's been talked about a lot in interbaseball circles. From what I've heard is what do the Dodgers do that other teams do not? And it's like the way they treat minor leaguers, the money they invest in medical and training staff and scouting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those things that aren't sexy and honestly don't cost as much as signing Connell Tucker, for the or Yamamoto for the 25, 30 million, $35 million a year paying Yamamoto. You can build a
Yeah.
hell of an analytics team and invest a lot of money in technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
It may not be sexy as signing Colin Tucker or Yamamoto, but all that investment could bring you rookie Yamamotos on rookie contracts long term,
Yeah.
which that sounds good to me,
That does sounds
right?
very good.
And that's what Freeman was with the Rays, right?
Yeah.
He's laid out the blueprint on how to do this. And so I believe that not I don't want every team to be a copycat Dodgers, but I believe the path has been presented. He did it with the Rays. And we've seen teams kind of use that. The Brewers are a great example. The Brewers have very low payroll, but they're consistently competing, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing it by heavy investment in the minor leagues and in um, technology in the minor leagues. So that's why like
Mm-hmm.
people were shocked. Well, people who don't follow minor leagues baseball were shocked to find out that when the MLB passed that rule limiting how much technology can be used in the minor leagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone rightfully said, "Oh, this is an attempt to nerf the Dodgers." And a lot of the guys who follow the minors and developmental leagues tightly says, "Actually, this hurts the Brewers worse than the Dodgers
Yeah.
because they're very technology forward when it comes to developmental and scouting and everything else." And everyone's like, "The Brewers, like, well, how the hell do you think they're able to make the playoffs almost every year with that budget?"
Yeah.
You know, like the Brewers have proven it's possible, right? So I think that's the future of baseball is that yes, we're going to have big spending teams, and we're going to
Mm-hmm.
have teams that don't spend that much money. That's just the nature of baseball, right? But you're still going to have the random teams win. That's just baseball.
Yep.
It's not always the big money teams that win. This last World Series, it was the last two World Series. It's been
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees, Blue Jays. Don't get twisted. The Blue Jays spent a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
They were like the top five payroll in the league too. But we also saw the Mets not do crap. They didn't make the playoffs with the number two payroll in the league, right?
Yeah.
We saw the Tigers crawl in there and make a good run at it.
Yep.
Most of them
Yeah.
back at
So
Terrence
there are.
Scoble, but there's teams doing it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, I think if you realign some of the players within those divisions, like
Oh yeah.
put J Ram on the Tigers, I think the Tigers make like a way deeper run,
Oh hell yeah.
and they're probably in the World Series with just
Actually,
one
more than
guy.
Jerem, I think you put Stephen Kwan on the Tigers. Way more consistent bat. Maybe not as much power, better fielding.
Maybe.
I think that's what would help them a lot. Either one of them though, would be a
Mhm.
huge contribution to those teams, right? Or let's or let's take a player that's on a team that just doesn't care and move
Mhm.
into a team that's on the edge, like Langoliers from the Athletics.
Uh-huh.
Like let's say you move him to the Tigers,
Yeah.
right? That'll give them that offensive bump they've been looking for,
Yeah.
and the dynamic play they've been looking for, with not much money, right?
Yeah. And that's
So,
definitely one of those ones that may actually happen
hmm
depending on how they're doing by mid-season.
yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, I don't think the A's are going to be doing like a ton of stuff.
Well, the A's are going to try to maintain the minimum mental payroll for them to be part of the collective bargain, or not the collective bargaining, the what's it called?
Competitive.
Credit balance tax. Yeah.
Yeah. CBD.
So they're
Hmm.
not going to get rid of too many people because I think they're right at it right now. They might be a little over, but they're not. They don't have a lot of wiggle room. They can't drop too much salary.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you never know. You could get, you know, potentially 3 guys for him at that
Yeah.
same rate and remain within that
Hmm.
room. And I mean, that's how you're supposed to grow your team.
Yeah.
Obviously, the A's will probably just do a 1-for-1 trade,
Yeah.
maybe 1-for-2. I don't know. Like the smartest thing that they've done was that San Diego trade, where San Diego basically emptied the farm
Oh yeah.
for Miller,
Yeah.
and it hasn't worked out for San Diego, but potentially could work out for the A's like in the next 2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah, because they got a lot of cheap guys,
Hmm.
and the Padres farm was not bad.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you can never predict how good the farm hands are going to be because it's never 100%.
that,
But I mean, their farm
yeah,
system was
that's
highly
true.
ranked. So,
But we'll see.
yeah,
We'll see how things.
it's baseball, man. It's so random.
Yeah, and we're on game 1 of 162
Yeah,
already, so
let's
we
not, let's
still
not get ahead
have
of ourselves, right?
ton of baseball to play
That's not
before we could
that's
even
got too
start
crazy,
running
right?
our mouth. Yeah, so we'll
we're
see.
gonna
And
we're going
and
undefeated this year. Let's get 2-0 because we won the first game.
right, crazy ass Dodgers fans are always like, "Oh my god, do you think we're gonna go undefeated?" Like, no, of
Dude,
course
it's
not.
never
Stop.
not a
Like, what are you
baseball.
talking about?
I tell people it's like, do you
Nobody.
understand how? I said, understand that winning 100 games is a big deal in baseball, right?
Hmm.
I'm like, do you know what that winning percentage actually is?
Right.
Like, oh, you're winning like 80% of games. No, no, it's like 60 something percent.
Yeah.
It's not that high, but that's what it takes to be an awesome team in baseball.
Hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. It's gonna be a fun season again. I mean, this is the best part of the season because anyone has a shot. The
Yeah.
doldrums are like the last couple weeks when teams start getting eliminated and people start
Yeah.
to lose their minds.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we saw the Rangers
But
make a run, we saw the Royals make a run. You never know.
mhm,
You never
yeah,
know what's gonna
it
happen.
just depends.
You got to survive the marathon to get to the sprint.
Yep. Anything can happen on a baseball field in August, in September.
Or last year in November, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, we're really playing in November. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest
Crazy.
baseball games I've ever seen in my life, let alone a World Series Game 7. That was just, man. I'm, I saw highlights of that again
Mhm.
today because it's, first game of the year. And I was like, yeah, I'll never get tired of watching those highlights because that game was insane.
It was. Game 6 was ridiculous. Dude, I can't believe I caught it at Universal Studios, and I was, like, just randomly in the right spot to, like, peer into a place that had the game on,
Oh.
and I see him catch it, and I was like, "He's gonna get doubled at second." I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's kinda close," and then I see the fucking, punch him out, I was like, "No fucking
Yeah.
shit, we're playing tomorrow."
My favorite part of that game was the ending where Joe Davis tried to replicate the famous call in St. Louis when they forced the game 7-2. Like, we will see you tomorrow night. Like, it was so
Mhm.
funny. Joe Davis didn't do it quite as succinctly, but it was still funny to hear that. you know,
Right?
we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, the his game 7 call to end it was pretty good, though, like, to beat the champ, you gotta knock him out.
Him and
Like,
Nelson
that's
kind of killed it. To be both of them
yeah.
in different ways, right?
Mhm.
Joe Davis is very much your kind of traditionalist, not traditional, but your classic announcer voice and cadence.
Mhm.
So to be the champion is a great line, right?
Yeah.
That's a great line. Steven Nelson very much represents more of the like millennial Zoomer crowd
Yeah.
because his call was from backs to the wall to back to back. That's very much more of like an MMA thing to say, right?
Yeah.
or a hype video to say, right? So that was pretty good too. I like that one too. They're both good calls. Still not Vince Scully, Kirk Gibson level call, but
Yeah.
that's an all timer. But
But
very good.
yeah, but I mean, I think if you like if we really think about it, that was just game one. Obviously they won, and
Yeah,
like like Kiki said on Nick Turturro's podcast this week, was like we'll never know if the Yankees had won game one.
yeah,
Like what would have happened in that World Series? Like you guys could say like it's a different series, blah 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 blah. He's like, yeah, but Toronto beat us in game one,
yeah,
and look how that series ended. He's like, you just never know.
yeah,
He's like, and you could say you just never know, but the champ is the team that won. So
yeah. In the end, that's all that matters. I tell people that all the time. It's like
yeah.
we do. I mean, we all do the mental gymnastics when our team loses, right? Oh, if
Hmm.
this call had gone our way, or if we had won this game, we would. I mean, yeah, it could have gone that way, but that's not reality we live in. Maybe in the multiverse, that's how it went
Yeah.
down. But we don't live in the multiverse. We live in the here and now.
Yeah.
And the here and now is your team
It's
either won or lost. Done. Period.
it's,
You know.
yeah. As a long suffering fan of the Dodgers, like it's like I think I've told you before. I was like my only solace was like if we would lose to the team that eventually won the World Series
Yeah. Right.
because that like they deserved it because
they
they beat
they
everybody.
beat us.
Like
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah,
Oh well, we lost the World Series winner, so it's fine. You know.
yeah, the eventual champions. Oh well, like they just do. Yeah, but oh man, but when they lost and they beat us, I mean that's fucking bullshit.
Right.
We were the better team. We wouldn't have lost that World Series.
Yep.
Like yeah, they beat us. They got lucky. They got lucky.
Yep.
So,
Well, I mean, this
but that's every team fan
it's
base.
literally Dodger tradition, right?
Yeah.
Because going back to Brooklyn, that was kind of like their quote slash rallying cry. Is like, you'll see next year.
Hmm.
It's funny because people forget that as much as we were long suffering Dodger fans, the Brooklyn era. I mean, what did they
Even
lose?
more
They
so.
lost like 7 World Series. Like the Dodgers, I think hold the record for the most losses in a World Series because of
Yeah.
how many times they got punked by the Yankees, right?
Hmm.
And so their rallying cry was always, you'll see next year, or there's always next year.
There's always next year. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was their thing, and that became their thing until what was it, 1955? They finally won,
Yeah.
and there's that famous um, the front page of the newspaper that says, "This is next year."
Yeah.
We did it, right? And then what a wild time that was to think about, as a Dodger fan, because you win the World Series, and then was it only a year later they left Brooklyn for LA? And what do they do in
Yeah.
LA is they win a World Series before Dodger Stadium's even built,
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
right?
Uh,
Like it's funny to think that the Coliseum has hosted not only a Super Bowl but also a World Series.
hmm.
Also World Cup, also the Olympics. I mean, the Memorial
Yep.
Coliseum needs more respect. I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
It's an institution in Los Angeles, and we've let it. It's super fucking old. It's like going to visit Fenway and Wrigley. You know, you could tell it's a 100-year-old stadium, right? More than that now. I
Yep.
think it's 1903, 1908, something like that was when it was built. Um, it's very, very old, and it's been getting renovated. It's renovated again for the Olympics, which is great to see. I just want it to get that notoriety that I believe it deserves. Like I feel like the Rose Bowl gets way more credit than Memorial Coliseum does.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
1923 is when it opened.
Okay, so later than I thought, but still, it's 100 years old now. 103, and it's about to be, I think, the only team to ever host 3 Olympics.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Crazy, right? All right, it would be
Hmm.
23 because I think Olympics was in 28 or
I
24.
think 24. No.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was actually a while after the Coliseum was built, I think. But I know it was in the 20s. I want to say.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Then of course 84, which I remember vaguely. I was but the wee child, so I don't
Yeah.
have intense memories of the '84 Olympics, but it did happen. I do remember. I remember Sam the Eagle,
Yep.
and all our cool ass murals all over the city that are now covered in graffiti or painted over by Caltrans.
Ugh, that's the worst.
Disappointing. They were everywhere, dude.
I
Like
know.
all downtown, like all those bridges had these awesome Olympic murals all over the place by famous artists,
Mm-hmm.
and they just kept getting tagged up. And Caltrans like, we can't restore this anymore.
Yeah.
There's like 5 inches of paint on this wall. Like we're done, right? And
Yeah.
so they scraped it off and painted it gray. And everyone's like, why'd you do that? It's like, well, because you keep letting people tag on it. No one cares.
Yeah.
So,
32 was the 10th Olympiad.
oh, it's 32. So it was way after. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, all my
So
dates are wrong. I mean,
it's all right.
we weren't even born yet.
Yeah.
Actually, my
We weren't
parents
around for
weren't
that.
born yet.
Yeah. I think my great grandfather might have been,
I think my grandfather
but a
was
wee lad.
alive. Yeah, my grandfather was alive for sure. But
Yeah. Working on the rails.
yeah,
My great grandfather.
yeah.
I don't know about your great
My great
grandfather.
grandfather was probably on a farm in Pasadena somewhere as a little
Oh,
kid,
okay.
or as a toddler, in 1932. Yeah, actually, that's because I think he was World War II was 1941 when they went to camp. He was 13, I remember.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. So yeah,
yeah,
he's definitely around for.
yeah. He would have been a toddler, or essentially, or a kid, a
That's
child, right?
crazy.
Yeah. But yeah. Let's get late. Long one again. We'll call it here.
Yep. All
Uh,
right.
thanks everyone for watching, listening, enjoying. Please like and subscribe. Send us some comments. We will catch you guys next week, right? Are we doing this next week? I think we are.
I think so.
I know you might be busy, but I don't remember if
We'll,
you
we'll
actually
be
are.
here.
We'll be here. Look forward to talking to
Somebody will be
everyone
here.
again next week. And baseball's back, so look forward to we'll have a full week of baseball to talk about next Thursday. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Woo!
see. Maybe the Dodgers end up losing the next 5 games. I don't know.
Right.
Riding high
Terrible
now.
skid.
Oh my God! Fire everybody.
Scrap the team.
Fire Dave.
Restart.
The Rockies are in
This
first
is
place.
bullshit.
What the hell? Maybe the
What
Angels
in
go
the
undefeated.
world?
You know?
That would be nuts.
Oh man.
Nothing against those teams, but that would be nuts if that actually happened.
Right? I
Like,
wouldn't
what?
mind it.
How
I
the
think it'd be
hell?
fun. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
fun as
it
hell.
would actually make the season way more fun. Be like, hey, by the way, we're putting the bottom two teams into the playoffs as like wild cards. Feel like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Oh, dude,
chaos.
like the most fun I've honestly ever had on Reddit and baseball specifically,
Mhm.
was that year. Like the Dodgers have famously won what division 13 out of 14 years, whatever. Now
Uh-huh.
the one year they didn't is one of my favorite years of baseball. When the Giants came out of freaking nowhere with a substandard team and won like what 103 games or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, it's
That was a
crazy.
crazy year. That race to the end was amazing. And then also the Rocktober year
Yeah.
where they had to go to game 163. I'm like, that was fun as hell. That was an exciting ass baseball, right?
Yep.
It's fun to go to the end of the season with something on the line still. It's stressful, but it makes it exciting. Those years the Dodgers locked up like 3 weeks before the end of the season, kind of boring to be honest, right? The last 3 weeks didn't really count for much, so yeah, they showed it with the way they played.
Hmm.
Anyways, we keep rambling. Once again, thanks everybody. Please like and subscribe. Check out our videos. Like I said, Kelly's doing the Disney packs every week. So on his own, you're doing that solo. That's a little different from normal.
Yes, sir.
We
Yep.
just had our Final Fantasy video go up. I don't remember what's next week, but we do have more in the pipe. Look forward to that. We also started uploading shorts. The first one went up, and we'll keep doing that. Again, you have suggestions, questions, comments, please shoot them our way. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks all.
Later.